Hello. Welcome to our game of Bonlarath again. Say again, because it's been a while. So, at the end of this game, it will be mentioned a few times. I will mention it around the break and then after the break, everything else. We still have the active donation option. The wind's being weird here. Awesome. Of influencing a game based off making donations under the marathon link that should be below. So this game could get weird, or it could be normal and still be weird, because that's basically our game in a nutshell. My phone is making sound. Awesome. Yep, we should have a Fitz a little bit shortly. We do not have a Drew/catch, and we do not have a faridrin/ luggage, and we won't have them for a while because they made a goblin. So we'll make it a better term. Although there is a better term, but yeah.
An adorable bundle of joy.
No, a goblin. So yeah. Roll intro. Hi, everyone.
It was your own fault.
Tengo castle no my halamai.
Yep.
You got copyright claim on that alone.
You know how I told you I only had like the green D4s? I didn't realise I have 2 red D4s.
Oh, I'll have one.
Well, you just got a head start by the DM.
Placing the chef on.
Anyway, so as it's been a while, both players and anyone watching, I will do a brief recap of the events of the last game and.
Don't know what I mean, I'm fine.
You're just going, oh, recap.
No.
Fine, I won't recap. You'll go right into it.
Disadvantage.
Aaron, what is your choice?
Give everyone disadvantage to refuse to listen.
So last game, the party disembarked into Rowan Bay and were immediately recognised, or Johnny was recognised as being the prince, and the party were taken to the castle, much to Johnny's dismay and attempt otherwise of the trying to start, I think it was a house fires with a cantrip, which is essentially firing a firework into houses.
Yep.
Yep.
Classic move.
To which, once you reach the castle grounds, Catch was summoned, and then the party split themselves from each other, as Catch and Johnny told Johnny's mother that they were a married couple, and she has since begun the plannings of a ball of some kind. The party then continued their research because they were following up on a missing toad, and you guys essentially went to the cave that it lived in, found a water slide, went down the water slide, found another teleporter that takes you back to the mansion, almost trapped half of the party at the mansion because
they're dumb as fuck.
because the one party member who had a rock to teleport you away did not take in account the symbol to bring you back, and the other half of the party had no way of bringing him back. Eventually, they were able to utilize Falcor to come back.
Could you not technically drew and luggage at the mansion?
Yeah, but they still wouldn't know the symbol to the teleporter.
They were all doing shit.
Regardless of whether they were there or not, the whole point is you need to know
Teleport to another place and have to walk back.
It almost became what was going to be the plan. After which the party then reconvened with a tour guide at sort of like a tour lodge entrance near the bottom of the other side of this cave, and found out that tourists basically would go into the cave and question wisdom to the cave, to which they would hear wisdom back from the toad, some kind of answer for their questions. And the party was talking to the owner, who said that only one other group had made mention of the fact that it was a toad that lived in the cave. Everyone else just knew of it as the Voice Cave. And he was going back through his books to see this particular group that had visited. And that's where we begin.
I'm not the bard, I shouldn't be doing that.
There would be spoons.
I don't have a spoons version of this. I'm going to go on Fiverr and request someone to make a spoons version of every song.
Just hard for me to bring spoons. I have no musical skill. That'll be very accurate.
So Faridrin, Aaron are sitting up near the counter, basically waiting for this guy to disappear out the back, and he's coming back with a ledger book. Dio, I don't remember where you were in the situation.
Oh, fuck, I'll just be with them, I don't know. I don't know either.
Teleport.
You're just there. And another point for backups of stories as well. The Skelly Boys and Fitz are still at the other entrance of the cave, so when Fitz arrives here, we can find out what was going on with that.
He's just been standing at the top going, guys, when you come back?
And he's like,
And they're trying to hash coins off skeletons.
I'll trade you this rock for your bone.
Anyway.
Recreate the whole skeleton inside by trading the other skeleton rock.
I feel like it puts one in his mouth, still ignoring on it.
It's a cat, not a dog.
Cat, I was thinking
He has
cat.
some glass.
Anyway, so you're waiting up with them. Johnny, you're sitting probably aside of the group, yes?
Yeah.
Yep. You're sitting with Catch.
That's right.
With your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife.
You slut.
From a distance. Yes.
So the two of you are just kind of looking around, almost like you're attempting to have a conversation about something, but you're also
Who are you?
trying to figure out what's going on.
Should we keep this around? Yes.
And as you're saying this, both you actually, can I get a perception from you?
One.
This roll brings us to chaos. I'm glad I opened this table beforehand. Please roll me a 1d100. Courtesy of the chaos curse. Because you're a cleric of the chaos.
21.
21. Now, let's
Bad. I will start hitting you for means.
For the next 6 seconds, you are convinced you're falling.
And I feel mystical power come over me. Holy hell! Somebody help me!
Johnny essentially just falls back on his back and starts doing this.
That's our turtle
Maybe I'll finally die!
I hope so.
You all get a reaction to this that you can pick to do with.
Okay, I swing around and point my gun at him. Oh shit.
Help me! Don't shoot me! How are you not falling?
What's that? Shoot you?
Yeah, alright, roll the shoot.
I don't have a gun.
Okay, roll the hit me.
You do actually.
Yeah.
You've got a magical item that shoots.
I do, but no, I'm not going to shoot him. I'm just going to go,
Make a joke, shouldn't
Is there like a blanket around?
Can we suffocate him?
Yeah.
You're in like a bar kind of
So
tavern.
there's no like.
There's
Throw a blanket over.
there's kind of some tableclothy kind of thing.
Yeah, can I grab some of the table? Just like put it over top of Johnny.
He's clearly dying.
Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm just falling.
Just embrace the sensation of falling. You're not falling.
And I settle down just as the sheet goes over.
Pretty much, yeah. Almost like a bird that's been put in.
Just sheets over the embalming.
Hang on. 18, I fall asleep.
There's a slight snore that comes from Johnny.
Yeah.
Turn to catch. You deal with them.
As you turn to Catch and say that, Catch almost looks past you at something that, like, it's kind of hard to tell with Catch because Catch is new to this whole thing.
Do I notice it? No.
No. Yeah, you think Catch is looking at you. Johnny, even though you're not asleep, you're essentially resting.
Yeah.
You did a short rest.
You got a short rest. Congratulations. You hear the sound of a familiar godly voice. You've usually heard this slightly faintly. It now sounds like it's almost standing next to you.
Oh my god.
As you hear this one.
Don't hurt me. I knew they were all of age.
How loud do you say that? Do you do anything?
Hang on. Fairly loudly.
Okay, I turn look at his direction.
You look back.
Can I just kick him in the butt?
Did you remove the...
No.
Can I kick him in the butt?
I guess I don't really pay attention to. It looks like he's talking in his sleep.
Yeah, looking over, you see it's basically just Johnny just rambling about something, and Catch looks like they're engaged with someone, standing up like they're almost like there's someone above Johnny, but there isn't anyone there.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah, you can roll a perception.
18. 21.
It looks like Catch is talking to someone that possibly is invisible. You can't quite tell.
The fuck you work? I don't like Catch.
Yeah. So you hear this, Johnny, which is this one here. It's an interesting species. One moment, and you guys who are watching this watch as this. I was going to say blanket, but it's more of a tablecloth.
It's a tablecloth.
The tablecloth above Johnny just kind of levitates up, moves to the side, and drops down.
My shame! I cover my genitals.
As you do that, you look up, you can see in his chromatic armor in all his glory, Loki, looking down at you.
Oh no.
And he goes, Acolyte, this one. Kind of chaotic like you?
Yes.
Do you approve?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Who is there?
There's you guys.
I heard it out loud.
Yeah, you
Who
can.
the fuck are you talking to?
You can all hear Johnny's
I
talking.
mean, we watched just the thing levitate.
Johnny, what the fuck are you
Who are
doing?
you talking to?
I'm gonna roll.
As I pull out my gun.
Johnny, who is that? What have you summoned this time? You dumb.
He's rolling a
I
bluff.
have to go to my other character. I'm not playing Fadoodle this time.
Bladoodle?
That's my good half.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Good guy in a bad campaign, so he's very irritating.
And very poncy now.
Yeah. Fadoodle.
Do I have to see a creature or someone to cast a gesture?
Okay, that's a 12.
Yes, I think you have to go back up just to be able to hear the creature.
Yeah.
There is no one here. And I go like this because it's 12.
Can I walk up and like feel around? Where the blank was picked up?
Where the blank was picked up, you walk up and you see Aaron walk up right next to
I
Loki.
grab your hand.
Just
Before you do that.
I'm gonna summon my astral
I'm gonna try and.
No, everyone settle down. First, I'm grabbing your hand.
I'm gonna try
And I'm
and
like,
touch you.
consent first, mate.
roll me a
Side of hand.
athletics because you're trying to grab his hand. Roll me an acrobatics to
I might
dodge
be
it.
able to do that.
18.
6.
Hello.
Why am I so bad?
You wave your arm around. You
Yeah.
don't feel anything. You see him doing this, and every now and then his hand almost goes through Loki's leg.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that.
Go through, or
It goes through Loki's leg, but it doesn't. You don't feel
So
it.
sorry, Loki. He doesn't know about that.
Loki!
I'm not talking to you.
wait, Loki?
I'm whispering to Loki.
If you're whispering,
Yeah.
roll me a stealth, roll me a perception, because only you were close enough.
I didn't hear it. I got a 1.
Oh, you fuck, I shouldn't have it.
Yeah, no, that's an 8. Plus,
Plus 2.
stealth 18.
Yeah, so you whisper that.
My years of ventriloquism finally pay off.
Does my Anders amulet go off at all?
Kind of.
I'm getting a text.
While you're doing this, a couple of times while you're doing this, you randomly you get a slight sort of magic kick off that goes off with it, but then it
Doesn't help. I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's someone here.
Loki sort of crouches down to you and says, "Acolyte, are you sure this one?"
Yes. It is pretty good.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Loki.
They immediately joined me on a con without any prompting.
Oh, and you see Loki turn and look to someone else and go, "I see. Your follower is like this thing. Interesting." Looks at you and goes, "I'm gonna borrow it for now."
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need my wife.
You guys all see Catch go, "Borrow me?" As you see Loki put his hand out, and Catch kind of puts their hand out. And the moment they touch hands, you guys all see Catch just vanish.
She'll be fine.
And Loki disappears as well.
Let's go, guys.
Can I punch him in the face?
Right.
Just roll an attack.
What do I need to dodge?
You have the advantage because he's currently prone.
Yeah. Please miss and hit the floor. What do I need to roll to dodge that?
You get to roll again and take the higher one.
Oh, God damn it.
11.
15.
11.
Can I do again?
So you rolled,
I rolled twice.
and the highest was 11 plus your attack.
Yeah. No. Wait, no.
You're a monk.
Where your glass? That's so on your head.
Oh no, that's 22. Lol.
So that's 15 plus.
It's your AC.
What is my AC? Oh, it's just my AC, so it's 16.
That hits. Roll damage. You punch him.
Why did you have to make that noise?
You're hitting me.
If you want to go full burst into punching, you can. If you just want to
I'm still holding my
without
genitals.
rolling from a damage.
No, I want to damage him.
Are
Okay.
you aiming for my genitals? Because I've got extra protective
So
there.
6?
Plus, is it your
Yeah, no, so it's 3 plus 3.
6?
Yeah.
Oh,
You take 6 points of bludgeoning
where
damage.
do you hit me?
In the face.
Oh, okay. Oh, my job.
You're sitting there as Theo almost appears out of nowhere because of how fast she moves, and just goes.
That's my gun and put it back in the box.
A job.
You stand up and look back, and Faridrin has been just standing like this out of pure confusion about what's just happened, sitting up at the counter, and goes,
Don't ask.
the ledge is here.
Yep. As I walk up.
I put my nose back in place.
Ye be a witch! Burn the witch!
He weighs the same as a duck.
Ye be
She's made of wood.
and that means she
Right. Let's give a Monty Python, shall we?
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
That's right. Different song as well, I think.
don't copyright.
No.
Pop song.
Yep. Anyway, so you guys walk up to the counter,
Yep.
I saw, dude.
and are you all going up now?
Yeah.
Actually, Johnny's still in the crowd.
Johnny's got a bloody nose. I'm fine now.
I'm holding my nose, but I'm next to you guys.
Except for not.
If we had tampons, I'd be up my nose, but I've just got 2 fingers up my nose.
You want to?
It's his tail.
What exists?
That's it.
Wait, you have a tail with a. Does it still have a butter knife
It's
attached to
always
it?
a butter knife.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid. I got 2 fingers up my nose.
Let me just quickly invent a tampon here.
So the owner sort of watches you guys sort of walk up, and he's flipped open to the page in the book, and he sort of spins around to you guys and sort of pushes it in front of who's standing right in front of him. Dio basically slides this book in front of Dio.
Aight.
Hey, you gonna read it?
You read it, mate.
I sneeze blood on the book.
I cast mending.
Doesn't fix, I think, prestidigitation. If you
Can I
put that.
punch him again, please?
Then that could clean it. Cause
Okay, so I'll clean it in.
Can I punch
What are we looking at?
him? Can I punch him again?
Go for it. Oh, you're allowed to attack.
Net 20.
Roll a crit. So it's damage twice.
You roll it twice.
So 4, 8.
Oh my god.
Plus.
Yeah, I added the.
Do you just hit me in the side? Do you?
I hit you again. Boom, boom.
For a second I was worried you're gonna go kiss me.
Right. Are you
read the book.
You read the book. You flick through this ledger. It's kind of it's
I'll kill him.
it's difficult to read someone's handwriting that's clearly designed for him to keep note of, but you realise what words are eventually in it, and
You might know these things.
The cat?
you're flicking through it, and you get to the section of it that basically describes a group that had came wanting to speak to the toad, not voice. And there was a couple of them in this group, and they all had some matching emblem on them that looked like some sort of bird that had been set on fire.
Squawkers.
And in notes at the bottom it mentions something about them going back to their inn because whatever they were doing was unsuccessful, and their inn was something called... Oh no, I have a note here. Johnny, give me a name for an inn in Roll Bay.
Who?
A name for an inn.
The wench's skirt.
No.
There's a bunch of places that I basically don't have names for. That
The
I
wench's skirt.
The paddle scoop.
Paddle Scoop.
Yeah.
He wasn't too obvious.
Yeah.
Cool. So
The paddle scoop is stupid enough.
do not explain the joke.
Butt packer.
No, it's on the nose.
Yeah.
Some cruise and Porion would be better.
Do I
That's
need
fun.
to roll history, or do I remember since we
Is
have...
there a date on that ledger? Good
No.
sir.
In person, idiot.
The fact that,
There must be
what's his
in. I
name?
can't
What's
read.
his name again? My acolyte, my Padawan.
Oh,
Metal.
Ronald.
That's his name, Ronald.
Roll for continuity.
Ronald's real name is Soka.
5. Fuck!
What were you doing?
Not in the continuity.
Oh my god, Tony sucks here.
Ronald, he had the emblem, right?
Oh, yes, the uniform.
So would I need to roll history for that, or...
No, the description is enough for you to realise it's the same group.
Okay. And then they went to the paddle...
The Paddle Scoop.
The paddle scoop.
You're disgusting.
You want to talk?
Excuse me, I have classy names.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Right, this is the same uniform that Ronald had.
Weasley? Oh no, your apprentice.
The date for 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yep.
What was it?
So this would have been about...
You were around in the invasion, I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 days before the invasion, basically.
About a week ago, I wasn't here.
The people that were invading the town, city, whatever it's called.
I'm Timmy Kitchen.
Neil Hart. The Neil Hart.
Right, the only other people that would have been helpful would be Fitz and the other two, and they're back in Bill.
And Faridrin, who...
Faridrin wasn't tired.
I know about the invasion. I don't know who did it.
You were involved in the invasion and that it happened around you.
I didn't
Hang on a second. We'll discuss.
I was drinking tea and meditating.
I'm gonna put my hand on you and healing hands you.
Oh my god.
Please don't.
Oh no, did I take my fingers out of my nose?
I need information.
Please don't. He's down to 29 health. You can't
Yeah, how
kill
much does
him.
that heal for me?
Is it D4? Or is it,
You got some fiddling with your
it doesn't say on my arm.
It's your level. You have
Okay.
you have access to your level's worth of healing.
Okay. So it's just 7.
Yeah.
Okay. 7 HP.
It's a racial thing that doesn't go with classes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So basically, you put 1 HP into
I'm
anyone.
hoping this stops him from throwing up all the time.
With my fingers, I just pulled them out of my nose in time. What did you want to know?
The people, the Phoenix, the Bird on Fire, weren't they the people that were attacking? What's the city called again?
Neilhart.
Neilhart.
Mm-hmm.
So it means they were stealing the toad here.
Forever.
Well, looking
I
for the
rolled
toad, asking for the
internal
toad,
history. Which means I'm taking out my notebook and
searching for the toad.
we're gonna see how good my notes are depending on what I roll. That's surprisingly good. It's 18 plus 4, 22 for my history roll.
What do you want to know?
I don't know what he wants to know.
Just ask for confirmation. Are they the same people? Does it seem like?
He is describing the armor you guys fought when it was a fake dragon.
I guess I have a rough illustration of somebody wearing an armor that looks similar.
It's also the uniform that Mark walked around in as well.
Oh, now I'm angry. You mean that cunt Mark?
I would have been around for that part.
Neither was I. What? Who's Mark?
Mark's my failed apprentice. Turned to the dark side.
You mean the good side?
The good side. So you like give me the drawing of your guy, and then I have a picture of Mark, and it's got like little horns, and like I hate this guy. And then I put the guy, yeah, it looks just like that cunt. That's how I know you're right.
Alright. Do that pedal in.
Pedal scoop.
Pedal scoop in.
That was good. I said ice cream.
I'm going to the pedal scoop and see if we can find out more about these
They're
people.
horse. Which is very deflating.
Cream of ice.
Are you guys going to?
I'm taking note down what was in the ledger.
Yep. Okay.
I'm putting a note next to here. Are we finding more marks? Happy face.
Probably.
Oh, super happy face. I hate marks.
As you guys start leaving the inn and sort of start making your way out, Faridrin turns to you and goes, I'm going to go visit the Hades temple here and follow a lead up here as well. See if I can get a better approach this from another angle and get some god advice.
God advice.
I want to go talk to Hades.
Yeah.
Or at least listen in on Hades.
It may take some time. I'll be in
I'm going to
meditation.
the pub.
It's all good. I'll meditate with you, Chief.
Do you know how to?
Fuck yeah, mama.
You're the wrong
The
kind
question
of-
still stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Pretty sure we can find each other through our amulets.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't have scry. That's alright. We'll figure it out.
Get
I got a message. That's alright.
get Falco to send something to me.
Oh yeah.
Falco, who's been watching everything,
What?
kind of sitting there.
I love my bitch, Falcon.
Fish you have left.
I've got two.
We've got to-
They're surely rotting.
2 days.
the fish that you caught them. Yeah, it's only been like a day.
Yeah, screw you. I can
I
throw
like
big
the
fish
fish
that
laugh.
Wait, is this the fish you got at the invasion?
No, the fish they went fishing with on the airship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
It's
It's still kind of fun.
it's still considered fresh for this world standards
Yeah.
of fish.
yeah. I'm giving him finest of fish.
Yeah, I'll get Falco to send you a message.
Faridrin sort of wanders off into the city.
Jeez.
I want to learn about the underworld. Johnny, way to the
2 hours is how long a fish lasts outside of a fish. Grows bacteria, which causes vomiting.
Okay, but the bear is like mystical. It can eat fish. It's fine.
Yeah,
you have rotten fish in your belly.
yeah. I was going to say,
You smell really bad.
Excuse me, that's magical fish.
Premeditation, you don't smell that bad.
Oh.
Give me your skooma. We rub it on the fish.
Which way did the paddle scoop? I don't know my way around here.
I look up and
We look for a scoop and a fish.
that way. I'm correct.
He basically points back into the city because you guys are the outside of the city. Just points at the city.
I smell booze and debauchery. We're on the right track.
And ice cream.
I just turned out I'm smelling my own fingers. Because my nose is very long.
Gross.
You thought you healed, you're stuck them back up there.
The sweet smell of success.
So you've got the choice of either walking along the wharf and the quay sort of side of things, or through main parts of the city.
Which is faster?
Through the side streets.
So the side streets?
Yeah.
John,
I'm following John. He knows
Johnny
it.
has the choice.
Mm.
That's why I was asking. So you guys basically wander into the city, and there's a main path that goes to your right and to your left, and Johnny just walks forward through in between.
Are there
the
any
houses.
beggars around?
It's kind of hard to tell because a lot of people look like they're just drunk, and some people look like they're just sleeping and napping. It's not kind of like here's a beggar sitting here kind of thing. It's quite a thriving fishing village of sorts.
I can see where Johnny gets his disgusting behavior from.
Okay. I'm just going to keep a lookout for anyone that looks
It's nice you say that, but
Dodgy.
I actually told them
Okay.
how to bring it.
A dodgy beggar.
someone that might look like they have like a thief or shit. You know how there's like the
Donald
thief
Trump.
canteen and all that stuff? Yeah, they always have like a connection.
Donald Trump in a robe.
Alright. Dirty rob.
He has bad connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I'm just on perception.
Yep.
19.
Cool. So you're,
If there's
you're
someone.
actively looking out for things. So I'll keep a note. Something has to beat 19 if they're stealthing.
Yep. I want to be able to pay someone for information.
So you guys wander most of the way into town, and you get into sort of like the main sort of location where everyone is, and everyone passes through and stuff, and you basically see what looks like a guardhouse that seems well fortified. There's a few sort of city guards sort of sitting outside, and just past that there is what looks like a massive sort of sign that has a paddle. And then hanging
Scooping ice cream.
and at the bottom of it looks like there's an ice cream scoop that's sort of been hanging off the bottom of it.
This is the lamest tavern ever.
Wait till you see the cows.
Is there a
This is just
chocolate
like
one
a-
in the storeroom?
Well, you missed last game where there was a cow continuously sitting on a counter just for me to have milk. Yeah. That was for my good guy character who only drank milk.
And so they tortured a cow,
Cow.
and then you can have milk.
So he stands on the bar and he's just being fed all the time.
He was magically fused to the bar.
Yeah.
Basically.
Does that mean they have to clean up shit off the bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, like that.
Need a rocket to plug his nails.
Yeah, exactly. And I just walk up and get my milk whenever I want to.
Yeah, fresh
And
chicken.
now that Ship was gone, they put a magical bucket under it that transports the milk directly to me in another bucket. I just put a note in there saying, fill with milk, please.
You put a stone in there and they take it out and fill it with milk.
Let's milk think.
Yeah.
Let's milk.
I'm thirsty.
And the thirst. Give me the milk from titty.
You're not wrong.
It is a cow titty.
Again, you're not wrong.
Just like females of human versions of cows.
Stop.
I can't.
So you guys,
No, you want the rolling stop.
Oh, no, but
you guys wander up to this tavern-looking place. It looks very busy.
Okay, gonna walk in.
It seems to be one of the more popular ones here.
do they have a back room? Do I remember them having a back room?
Roll me a history.
Cool. Nope.
Can I walk up to the bartender?
That was a history to remember or a history to...
Remember.
Okay, what did you get?
2.
Can I walk up to the bartender
Sounds good.
and ask him if
I mean,
anybody
it's not 6.
with the emblem has...
You just walk up to the bartender who's
Yeah.
in the middle of, like, doing bartender things.
Wait, what are you asking?
If he's seen anybody with the emblem.
So there's this guy who's just sort of rummaging through things.
I mean,
He looks up at you.
not being discreet at all.
Oh,
I'm looking for some information. Could you help me?
potentially for the right price.
How much are we talking here?
Hang on, I
How
intercept.
much you got?
No, I intercept. Pendletons, you know me. That's his name, Pendletons.
Paddleton Scoop the Third.
No, just Pendletons.
Is this wife Scoop?
No,
Or husband Scoop?
no, he's just Pendletons.
Elton's the barkeep.
And where's the scoop come from?
Oh, he's
That was the
scooping
previous-
alcohol into cups.
Yeah, it's a pre-existing name.
He stops and sort of, Johnny, the usual then, and
Yeah.
sort of leans under the table and pulls out
A glass of milk.
a glass of some kind and puts it in front of you.
Damn right. And then I slip him a gold piece. That's my man.
He takes the gold piece and,
Tell us what we want to know.
you're going to be a bit more specific there, Johnny.
What does she want to know?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking her. I interrupted at the wrong time. I'm going to deal with it. I did it all in character. And then I take a drink and I spill it on my shirt.
Contact.
Have you seen anybody?
13.
You fight the urge to fall directly unconscious.
Oh my god.
Have you seen
This is your favorite
anybody
drink known as the sleeper.
recently?
Oh, I meant to give this to other people.
Okay. Have you seen anybody recently that has had a phoenix-looking emblem thing on their shoulder? Was it?
I'd follow
I think it's on the back of their clothes.
I'd
Yeah.
follow this up with a picture of looks like this cup.
He looks at it and goes, yeah, no, yep. What about them?
Oh,
Who
when,
are they?
when have they been through there? Here? Who are they? How many are there?
There was about 4 of them.
Cool.
Uh,
I can take 4.
they come and go.
Well,
How often?
I mean, in the last week, there was 2 of them.
do you know where they come from and go to?
I think they're all part of, like, some weird traveling group of some kind. I don't know. They come into town a lot, and every now and then they go out with, like, extra people who aren't wearing the uniforms. I think they're recruiting people.
So that's their main objective, you think? Or have they said anything else?
Guys, he's a bartender.
He hears shit.
He only has one ear. It's a little insulting.
Have you heard anything about them, or is it just pure observation?
I mean, I've heard that they, like, look for people who are, like, skilled in magic. They tend to go up to the university. A few, like, university members and things sometimes go with them.
Colts.
Well, I don't use magic, so you're gonna have to tempt them into, you're gonna have to honeypot them.
The good thing I'm already wearing a singlet.
Just whisper some magic around.
Oh my god, my shirt's disappearing.
Do you know anyone that might know any more information on them?
He just gave you the lead. The
Under
university.
the radar.
Under the radar? Under the radar? One moment. Turns around. Big kind of guy wanders back to the side of the bar, and you see him lean into the kitchen.
Oh god, it's Stephen Hilt.
He's like really square, but his legs are like.
Yeah, Stephen Hilt.
He wanders up to the kitchen, and
Arm wrestle him.
and you hear him scream, Jerry, come out here. Tell these fine folks some things that you saw. And,
That one time.
and you guys see this little gnome climb kind of up from the side of the kitchen, hops up on the side of the kitchen bar, and he goes, "What fine folks?"
I'd put my hand over your mouth. Don't do that. He's going to get mad.
He's calling me cute. Pulls out a little knife.
Yeah. No one calls you cute.
No,
You
what's
are
my
fierce. You are fierce.
He turns and
Can I roll the...
he looks at Pendleton and he goes, "What do they want, boss? They need a shivving?"
I know this guy. You're gonna get us killed.
Paladin goes, no, no. The other day when you went for the walk, those people you thought you saw. Tell those folks that you saw them. And he turns and goes,
Like if you were gagging someone.
No, I put my finger in your ear to distract you while we keep the conversation going.
and he puts the knife back. He goes, well, I was walking out of town, you know, looking for all the cuties and stuff like that.
I give him a knowing nod, looking for strange.
Can I prestidigitate in silence and Is that possible?
That is not possible.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna kick you in the
If you
head.
have the spell silence, however,
Nah.
you might, as a
might,
cleric.
actually.
All in game, you're like getting louder, louder. I was trying to do this. Like, what is the center of attention?
I don't have that, but I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my hand on your shoulder and shocking grasp you. Really quietly, so you just get distracted.
So not lethally, but more like
Go like, fucking shut the fuck up. You're gonna get us, and then I need to like slip you a note, like, he's killed so many people. Like, so many. We'll be trying to get him, but I mean, he's too small. You're gonna die. You've killed all the partners.
Are you just going to continue trying this?
Yeah.
Continue? He goes, well, you see.
Mind illusion and normal body pose. You get real still for no reason.
He looks and goes, quiet. Interesting.
Yeah. It's good.
So, it's a good woman.
Yeah, I know. Exactly how they should be.
What am I talking about?
From being on the town.
People you saw when you were on your walk.
Oh, right, people I saw. Right, that's right. So, I was walking out of town.
Roll for strange.
Rolling for strange. And I come over here with my ears, some,
Grass.
I over here with my ears, this group of fellas, right, they're walking out of town, talking about being part of a new change in the world, you see? And I think, they might have change. You know, thinking change, not like
Yeah.
they're weird change.
Easy mistake, I've done it before.
Right? And so I follow these folks, right? And they're just slightly further out from the path where most normal folks hang out. You know, the main path where people come in and out. Well, people are a little off there. A bit odd. Because there's like a bar and like an inn that's just on the outside of town. People say it. Right?
Fucking grass. I get damage every time I do this.
Roll damage each time.
No, now I'm getting the shit out. What is my damage for shocking grass?
I think it's a D8.
Yeah. Word D8.
No.
Right? So I hide up behind one of the trees and I watch these guys and they're a weird group of guys. They're in this little camp here and they're all like talking about magic-y things and stuff right there. And I thought they were weird because I thought maybe they were some sort of army group, right? But they weren't some army group, but they had this like matching sort of like emblem thing on their back and they look real important.
Not a sex cult?
No. Much different from a sex cult. They're very obvious straight off the bat when you see them. They're quite fun, actually. Actually, I did find a bit of one after that.
Yeah.
Now, that was the time. Right?
That
was-
was when the pants are off.
Ah, exactly. No, it was the boat that came into town once. It came in and it was going past the house. So I was doing my thing, going walk along the beach bank, enjoy everything's all right, and there's the boat that comes in. That was a great boat. And I wandered up to the boat, and there's a sex couple on the boat. See her all week.
About the men though with the emblem.
Oh yeah, let's circle back for a minute. We'll come back to the boat.
Right.
I got distracted too.
So weird. Right. So
It's less cute now, more weird.
who said that?
No one said that.
I did.
The weird, freezed woman.
No, nothing.
Two heads.
Yeah.
Should we go out back?
Yeah.
It'll be easier to hear.
Yeah. And he
I put my hand on his shoulder like I've done before.
he hops off the bench that he's been talking to you at, and Polton goes, right, yeah, the door's over the side there. Johnny knows where it is.
I do.
I give you a couple of gold coins. Buy yourself some drinks.
No, I want to come and listen.
No.
I'm going to deceive you. into saying-
Falcor, keep her company.
Fuck you.
You say that, and suddenly the sound of from the crowd as Falcor, who's been sitting near the door listening, hears, "Oh, you can come in," basically, and just wanders into the pub.
Oh,
And basically, the crowd just kind of parts, and Falcor wanders up to the pub and kind of flops his face onto the bar thing.
Hi, buddy.
Go to Falcor. Keep her company. He said.
I roll.
Getting distracted by a small gnome.
He responds, "Right."
I got a 26
Hi, buddy.
And he
just defend the bar.
he just kind of stares at Hamilton. Hamilton just kind of looks at the bear, and he's just like, two things. Normally we don't let pets in. Also, why is his fur so majestic?
Conditioner.
The bear's
Got you.
That's what she can do to people's hair.
Yeah. With my fists, I beat the
So Hamilton touches the two, basically strips of hair that's inside of his head and just goes, "Oh,
You want me to make your hair majestic too, mate?
there's not much left of it."
We're gonna cut away. Side quest of becoming a hair salon.
You come back and I've got a full-on salon shop next to the pub.
That escalated quickly.
Falcor sitting there with like a quiff.
So you guys wander into the back sort of room area.
The plot moves along. Usually I'm...
Fucking stab him.
We're drinking buddies.
What if he thinks you're safe?
Yeah, he knows that.
Female's voice and Johnny's voice are two different voices.
Yeah, I know. He's also...
He can act like a female.
He's heard me scream many times. None of that's new for him. Who do you think I learned my debauchery from? There is known.
Loki?
No.
No,
That's
that's recent. That's recent. So you guys wander into the back room.
Yeah.
And basically, look, it's essentially the staff room. There's like a table and some chairs and stuff. And you walk through one door, and it's somewhat empty. And then you hear the sound of the door on the other side of the room sort of open up. And Erik kind of wanders in. And he walks over to one of the table chairs and sort of climbs up. And he looks like he's sitting the same kind of height as you guys, which is clearly in a high chair.
desk.
Yeah, it's basically in a high chair.
Oh! I know I'm not there, but you just hear, oh!
You can see, and he sits down.
Sense the cuteness.
He sits down in this high chair, takes out the dagger, and just goes.
Has he got a
on the table.
sippy cup?
And takes out another dagger, and goes, and then takes out a little flask and sits it next to him, and he goes.
Has it got a sippy cup?
Now the flask says, murder today, murder happy. It's not very literate.
On every day keeps the smiles away.
I follow the illustration of the symbol again. So you were telling us about these groups of people you came across the other day on your walk.
It's like a
Oh, right, yes,
procedure.
right, sorry.
We're sitting shoulder to shoulder and we're questioning him across the table. And we've both got our notepads out.
You're both sharing a chair.
It's awkward, but I like it.
And he stares at the picture and goes, right, yeah, so,
You're sitting on my lap.
so what happened was, I watched it thinking, oh, these guys might be trying to do some mugging. This could be fun. I could join in with them. So I waited. And I waited.
I miss mugging.
And then a few minutes later, I hear some more voices. And I turn around, there's another group of these guys coming with one of them schooly kids, you know, the ones in the fancy robes and they're all learning magic group.
Oh, one of those dickers I went to school with.
Yeah, the ones with all the gold. You usually walk up and you go, knife, and they go, the gold's in the
From the
face.
university?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place, yeah.
Yeah, it's next to the castle, remember? That's where all those dickheads go.
Yeah,
I had to
exactly.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
So this group comes up and I think, oh, they're doing a mugging.
Yeah.
They're bringing them in, gonna scare them all. I'll help them out. I'll give them the initiative. They look like they need the initiative.
Yeah.
So they come close and I jump out and they go, we're here to mug ya. And the group kind of turns and looks at me. And they go, gnome. They shoot magic at me. There's fire, there's lightning. And he goes like this, and you notice he used to have like nice hair. He pulls his hair back, and this entire patch of hair is just missing. It went right past my head.
The fuck?
It's a blast of fire. Just, whoa. Almost took my ear off. It was my nice ear.
Just a pointer.
So what do you want to know about these bastards? Because I couldn't take on, like, there's like 10 or 11 of these magic fellas, plus there's some of the school kids with them.
Do you want to kill them?
You want to kill them?
Yeah.
We're trying to learn more about them.
No. We want to kill them.
Eventually.
So.
What, do you want to kill them or do you want to mug them? So I can tell you where they were.
Cool.
That would be helpful.
You want to join us? Please?
Revenge?
Yeah. I want to.
They've also taken hostage someone I know.
Please. I want to bring him with me.
I have a requested question from Fitz. One moment.
Am I now the gnome?
New?
I would love to have him in my jacket and just throw him at people.
You're just taking the... Is it the shiv?
I'm trying to make your thing.
Yeah.
You could try the app that I've got.
No. I didn't like yours.
That's fair.
No, he stares at you. Roll me a persuasion.
Can he roll as well? Oh no, he's rolling to join him.
Do this for me, dice. 16.
Persuasion.
Yeah, that would be 16.
Do you not have any plus in persuasion?
I do. That's 10 I roll on the dice.
Oh, okay.
Plus 6.
He looks at you and he goes, magic fellas, though. I mean, I've got my daggers, but...
And I've got a good throw. You know? I don't.
Do you set your connections so we can learn more about them?
Well, other than they need to be stabbed.
No, of course.
I give you a fake like we need him. Seriously, he's killed more people than I've injured.
Well, we don't want to kill them all. I'm sending a message to you, by the way. Just so he doesn't hear it.
I've done this. I put the note bag up to our close to each other. Well, it's like we need him. He's really
We
good.
don't want to kill them all because we still need to figure out
That's
information
fine.
about
You
them.
just slit their heels.
Yep. We still need to find out the toad, so we're going to make sure they don't live, but
But bring him with us.
it would be nice having some help.
You guys take the book down from this conversation, and he has the dagger in his tooth like this, and he's like...
Look at that confidence.
It would be nice having some assistance, especially someone who's well versed in this area. Of your connections.
caliber.
Of your caliber, yes.
Can I have a dex save from you?
He's gonna throw it at me, isn't he?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's just him.
What was my dexterity? Is this a save?
Yeah.
It would be 23.
Cool. So you're sitting there, and he goes, "Clink," and this piece of food goes at your face, and you kind of move your head, just flying past you, and he goes,
Can I use telekinesis and grab it in midair?
"Yeah. You're a magic fella.
Yeah.
Magic."
I'm with a good.
So it would be as dangerous as you think.
Hold on. And he stands up, and you hear the sound of something clicking, and he pops off this high chair.
Same thing,
And he wanders and back through the door he came from. Dio,
Yep.
you hear shouting from the kitchen. Going out for the afternoon. Possibly to stab a bitch. And then closes the door. And you guys gonna see this because he's got like this chef's hat thing kind of wanders over to the other
I
side.
can imagine there's like, we can see a window, we can just see this hat just popping around.
And he wanders over to like this sort of cupboard thing, and then walks up to the cupboard. And you guys can see him at the cupboard, and he opens it up, and it's basically just full of different blades.
Did he switch his hat for a red one?
So he's going to take the hat off and put something there on, but he's going to put on a red hat.
Yeah, that's how he does it.
So he takes off this white chef's hat and puts on this red chef's hat. And you see him. You see him adjusting this hat.
Oh, yeah,
And then you see him sort of pull something, and the top of the hat just goes blades in, and then he starts grabbing a bunch of other things, and he turns around, and he's just basically covered in daggers.
Yeah.
And he goes, "All right, I'll show you where they are."
I tap you on the shoulder. That hat used to be white. I was there when he made it.
I'll show you where they are. we can do all the stabbing, and he takes a dagger and a dagger, and you're like, we're going to stab, and then we'll throw them away, and he throws the 2 daggers, and they just smack into a wall, and he turns around and goes, oh, wait, I need those. He turns around and starts trying to pull the daggers out of the back of his cupboard.
Do you want to hang out on my shoulder?
He's just like hanging up his daggers, trying to pull them off, and he goes, sure.
Cool, I'll just pull the daggers out for him. And like,
You want to use the saddle?
yeah, sure.
Right. He pulls open a drawer, and there's like this, it's this shoulder, like,
I've seen it before.
Jack and Dexter.
Why?
it's basically a shoulder guard.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's almost, looking at it, it looks kind of like the same dent that luggage has when Drew rides, but instead it's like just this
1.5 times smaller?
yeah.
It's like, God.
It looks like it's designed for a human to wear. It probably had a matching pair at one point. And he turns around and he hands you this thing.
Yeah, sweet, I strap that on. Come on, dude.
And he walks up behind and pulls a rope
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's
from the
right.
back of it, starts climbing up, and then hops onto the shoulder and just sits down on your shoulder.
Wait, I like this.
And
I'm upgraded.
you both hear this click
Yeah.
as he's attached himself to the shoulder thing. He just, right, I'll tell you where to go.
Sweet.
Word for the wise. You will have an admirer with us
Hmm.
as we all walk out.
He looks at you and goes, like a lady?
Lady.
Kind of.
Not the sort of lady you want to bed, the sort of lady you might want to kill.
There's no,
Get through joining us.
And you see he's on my shoulder, he's got a hat that looks red-dyed.
Is he gonna come help?
Stabby stab.
He's real good at the killing.
Hi.
Now, roll. Does that make him more attractive or not?
Absolutely. Hi.
You want to get slain by a gnome?
Hey.
I walk up to the barkeep and I give him like a gold coin. Thanks.
No problem.
As we leave.
And, you taking the bear with you?
Oh, well.
You turn back and
Why did Zach get you?
you guys turn around and basically the bar where Dio and Falcor have been sitting there completely. The moment Falcor moves, it just fills up with people again.
That's what I'm going to say now, yup yup.
I'm taking on a slightly upper form when he jumps towards you.
That's how he flies, he's got his legs out like this. Weird way for a bear to put his legs.
I mean, he just goes ragdoll. He's like,
Weird a dog does.
It's like half that, half that Hancock flying out its shoulders kind of drag him.
Stop!
Okay.
You.
You have a new stabby companion. You have decent stats.
I'll have to build them in the break.
so, he's going to be a temporary companion.
Oh no, I want him to be permanent. I want him to be part of my
I have some basic stuff to this, but I have to elf a little bit more now. So, Eric the stabby gnome.
No, because then he can say yip to him and he
I want to do the trick of throwing him, and he's got his nose out.
That's the only reason you've got him, right?
Alright, so you guys start making your way sort of out of the bar and sort of out into the main thoroughfare and things and start moving through. Every now and then some town guards kind of look in your direction and they say,
do the Jedi trick. These are not the criminals you're looking for. And then I'm holding up and I just go, it's me, dickheads.
you just walk past saying this and some of the guys go, Johnny, you're back. Did you want to see appearance?
No,
You sure?
we're doing nothing. Shut up.
He's already seen them.
Oh, okay.
What do you want?
Don't talk to us.
And then they go, oh, okay, and then realise that they weren't talking to Johnny and then kind of go, alright, and they sort of wander around and just
Rolls to punch you. Come on, Johnny!
you guys make it up to the main entrance thoroughfare of this city, basically. and you notice there's a bit of a line sort of going like into the city and a little bit of one kind of leaving as there looks like it's a checkpoint system in place.
What's the gnome's name?
Erik.
Erik. Do you have any warrants out at the moment? Be honest, mate.
7.
All
Does
right.
he need to hide somewhere?
No, I'm gonna hide them in my jacket.
Okay.
So I was like, you know the trick, and I just opened up my jacket and we put them in here so it looks like I have a belly bump.
He's gonna pretend to get pregnant later.
You hear profuse swearing in Gnomish.
Don't give me that. You have
You smell! When was the last time you bathed?
You cleaned me then.
Why? And then he pulls out this maid hat. Why is this in here? Where have you been?
Oh, Lucy. Don't worry about it.
Roll me a
Disguise.
It's a disguise itself, so I'm just gonna go deception.
Oh yeah, I should have that.
I'll
When in doubt, I have suggestion.
Yeah, good.
There's another difference you're looking for.
you guys look, and it looks like Johnny, even though you know that there's a gnome in there, it looks like he's not so much pregnant, he just looks like he's gained weight. It looks natural enough.
He's been eating little pork pies.
As we walk up, I start going, man, Johnny, you put on weight since I last seen you. What have you been doing? Out loud. Just to add to the deception.
And Tommy's like, shut up.
I'm really self-conscious.
You're fat.
I'm his personal trainer.
You almost hurt my feelings.
So yeah, you guys walk up and there's this small line sort of goes out and there's a couple of the guards that are sitting there and they go, "Oh, Prince Johnny, we didn't see you come in. Did you come in by boat?"
Did I?
Yes, you did. Oh, not even boat.
Oh, that's right.
Face palm.
And then one of the other guards goes, "Are you aware there's a bear following you?"
Oh yeah, he's with us.
Oh, right.
I mean, does he look hostile to you?
No, he looks kind of
I start patting him.
majestic.
I start posing with him.
That's because I do hair.
Because she punches here.
The bear now has a perm.
I am Jennifer, the hairstylist.
Roll me a deception.
Fuck, I don't think I've got it.
You're not good.
No.
They just think you're joking.
I got 0 for deception. 14.
Oh, you do hair, do you?
Yeah,
He sort of
with my face.
he unclips part of his helmet and sort of lifts up with his hair, and it's kind of like Josh's hair in length. It's like longish,
Ah,
and he goes, "Did you do mine?"
I walk up to you and go, first mistake of making a lie. The follow-up.
look.
We don't have time right now.
Yeah.
We need to move
Tell you
forward.
what, I'll come find you. The hair speaks to me. I'll find you, sir.
Roll me another deception. It doesn't speak to you, so it's a lie.
You're lying.
It's an 18.
You're doing well.
He nods and goes, "I'll probably be at the pedal scoop later."
Fantastic. Just remember,
He thinks you're...
Jennifer.
Yeah, he's aroused.
Yeah.
I shudder. He's not a gnome.
So you're typed in gnomes.
Absolutely.
What will that act? That'll go down well. Fun fact: Drew's one of the most hated races is gnomes.
Drew will let me keep one at least.
You're like a...
For breeding purposes.
You're a nilf. You're a nilf. You're into nilfs. Gnomes don't like to fuck.
I'm not even going to deny that yet.
So you guys wander through the gate, and you get out, and basically outside of the city, what you're basically greeted with is,
Yep.
even though there's a crowd of people sort of going in, and you guys sort of walk past this crowd, you realise there is a lot of stalls that seem to be set up along the side, on each side of the street. And there's just people yelling and like showing, handing things out and stuff like that. You're basically walking through an active market.
I'm so surprised that worked.
I'm not. It's not much of a lie.
I'm a bad liar.
I'd give it a C minus, Tom.
I did better than you.
You hear a chuckle come from inside your belly.
I stifle a burp.
Why is he laughing?
Shut the fuck up.
Don't
make me stab you!
Wouldn't be the first time.
I know!
I see my scars.
Every scar you have is from him.
All my stomach little scars.
You take 1 point piercing damage from something inside your belly.
It'd be funny if he kills me. I insult him and I'm on 1 hit point.
Are you alright in there, Eric?
Yeah? Am I allowed to talk now?
No.
Checking.
We all say no very much.
We'll hear this conversation, some crowds kind of watch you as you're sort of walking down the...
I'm ventriloquist stomach.
Very comedic this morning.
I am talking to his hair. Leave Jennifer alone.
I'll go a little bit faster.
Our alcohol speeds up to keep up with you.
Oh, Jesus.
So
when are we out of range of, like, town guards?
there are, like, outside of town, John, you will be aware of this, there are outposts that have set up outside of town.
Yeah.
But they're more manned by just kind of people who are just like, it's like the boring shift if you put here because nothing happens.
So they don't actually check posters or anything?
They're not as active.
No.
They're just sitting there scrolling through Tinder.
Yeah.
They've been taken out of your belly now.
Right.
Because
Are you going to do this in the middle of...
No, to the side path.
He goes into a bush and makes shitting noises and I'm not
With more sus.
They don't give a shit. They've probably seen weirder things come at your
Regardless if it's the princess or want to know them.
There's already too much attention on me. We'll keep going until we're actually out of town.
Cool. Okay, so you walk for about 10 minutes and you walk out of these markets, and right at the end
Got a good course chain holding him up.
a lot of it's a mix between that and the fact that it's latched onto his stomach.
And he's standing up.
He stabbed you knives in.
He's holding onto your nipple.
Does Johnny have nipple piercings?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, is he a little deadly?
If he did before, he doesn't now.
That's why I don't have them anymore.
He tried that once.
I don't have nipples.
I would thought they'd be like stirrups. So you can hold on.
I have like piercing next to my belly button, room to put his feet into. That's awfully elaborate. I don't have that much of a back history with him. I've only killed a few tourists with him.
Anyway, so you get to the end of this market area, and basically, either side of the road are these guard houses that look like they're more designed for looking outwards than in.
I give them some sort of hand gesture so they didn't know it's me.
Holly.
No, I really get to.
One looks at him and goes, "Oh, Prince Johnny." The other one looks at you. Looks like he's just not had any clue who you are, and just continues looking up in just that direction.
That works too. I was just checking if they're actually looking at us.
They were. One wasn't really paying attention.
Cool.
What you get out of that?
Yeah, so.
So yeah, as you guys sort of start heading out,
Alright, you can come out now.
as Eric just kind of face plants the ground.
You're fine. I kick him over. Like a really tired dog.
Are you okay?
It smells.
I know.
Oh, it
Let's
smells.
do a bit of prestidigitation, make him smell like lavender.
You couldn't do that beforehand on me.
No.
He's gonna be real mad about that. He holds a grudge.
He stands up and sort of sniffs, looks at you.
That wasn't me.
It was Johnny.
A weird deception.
He gets to lie.
No, I didn't lie.
What did you say? What did you...
No, he didn't. I don't. I got a 4.
Oh, okay. He just looks at you and he just kind of glares at you.
He knows when you lie.
You could have made life so much easier.
They made a scene in the town.
You could
Everyone
have
would
made...
have seen I was shooting stuff at his stomach, and you would have been found out.
Could have done that way before I even had to get into the smelly bastard.
I don't even know you were gonna get into the smelly bastard.
It's part of the plan. You should know the plan. I thought your crew knew the plan.
It's his fault. He needs to take the initiative.
It's not.
Who's the one
It's
with the...
not anybody's fault but Johnny's who needs to bathe more. I am sorry. I am sorry.
My lady?
She's not a lady.
I'm doing 7. He takes a dagger that's got a little bit of blood and just kind of cleans it a little bit.
I shoot daggers at him.
And sort of turns
Are you gonna fight?
he about faces you guys and goes, right,
Which
this way.
Alright, cool.
And just starts waddling off in front of you guys.
Waddling.
It's probably a lot more awkward for Dio more than anyone else because Gnome's walk speed is 25, so he's slightly slower than you guys. And I think Dio's walk speed is 45 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the equivalent of you having to go like this.
I wonder if you're just walking
I'll just-
backwards looking at him.
No, I just took to like.
You just deer him the entire time.
No, I stare until they're a distance away and then I do one step.
No, you're prone walking to look at his ass. You're like crab walking on the ground, like, ooh.
I think prone is half your speed, so you'd probably be going about.
Yeah.
No, I just want to be walking slowly.
What's half 45? It's 20.
2.5.
Yeah, you're almost. If you were crawling on the ground, you're almost going his walking
Is this
speed.
what it's
No,
like?
because then I'll be bent over and it'll look very compromising.
Don't worry, he never looks behind him. It's his fatal weakness.
Zero rogue.
He can't actually turn his neck.
It's got the Batman cowl. If you
It's part of the hat. If he was not wearing the hat, he could turn his neck.
Okay, I'll do that
When
then.
he turns his neck,
Rolling seductively behind him.
do you want him to be aware of this or not? I just
like
a
any
general
person, don't be caught.
No, can I just explain to him it's because I'm faster?
Are you going to say that to him? Are you going to crawl next to him?
No, I'm just
Not
gonna
gonna go well.
just say, look, I'm a monk and
You're a monk. Turns around and looks at you. And?
I am not at your walking pace, and your walking pace is far more leisurely than mine.
I give that face like, oh no.
And I wish to walk at your pace because you are the noble gnome of Step.
I do the Home Alone.
Blink.
So you want to walk at my pace?
Yeah.
So crawl down awful by going like this. Sure. He turns and walks back. You can roll inside if you want.
No,
Oh dear.
Okay, Johnny.
Ah.
I mean, you can roll inside for what he's probably.
He's gonna stab my eyes at me.
21.
He's oddly calm, but you know this kind of odd.
I've seen him do that face before, and he blinded someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess I kneel down to you and go, you don't know how fucking lucky you were just then.
As he turns and starts in a hurried pace to keep in front of you guys, sort of like I can move to this big then and just sort of
I
hurriedly.
catch up with him in 2 strikes.
Would you stand up to him?
Oh my god. You're gonna pick a fight with him. This is like going,
Can I stop him mid-stride?
Continue crawling.
I know you have a disability and I'm being really courteous, but now fuck you, I'm pushing you in a chair. That's what you're doing.
No,
Yes, it is.
that's not what I'm doing. I'm still crawling.
You're like running around in a circle. You're so slow.
It's you two are walking somewhat normal paces with him, and he's kind of half hurrying and then sort of getting tired because he's basically running for each extra movement.
You don't need to run.
he kind of stops us after about a minute and sort of goes back to his normal pace again. And Theo, you slowly catch up in your mid-crawl thing. And part of the way through it, Falcor just ignores you guys entirely and walks right next to him.
I am sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to offend you. I really wasn't.
He turns back and goes, "It's fine.
Is it?
It's fine."
Are you sure?
Not fun.
What did you roll?
Another 18. Fine.
I get up. Just start walking normally.
I pass you a note. She holds a grudge.
It's okay, I just start walking normally and go in front of him then. You can see how fast I walk.
Yeah, so, you walk right up to this, like, split in the road.
Yep.
You turn back, the rest of the party's a couple of rounds behind, essentially.
Okay, I'll just sit and wait.
You're first greeted as you guys were kind of keeping with Erik. Falcor ends up in front, nearby you first, because he's not keeping pace with anyone. He's just kind of walking.
Hey, buddy.
As he does.
As he
You want my last fish?
kind of looks at you and just goes,
I give a face.
It's fresh enough.
Oh gosh. Roll the vomit.
Boy.
ah,
That is 97. Putrid. Would be the word to encapsulate that.
I've just given him the ability to make more wind.
His face.
It is a good thing, yeah? That means when you go, you give. He can fly. He has super speed. Double the speed.
anyway,
You missed me, really.
after a few minutes of you guys catching up, and then Dio going further down the path and then waiting. Essentially, you're acting more like a dog who's energetically wanting to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
does this prove my point that I was trying to be nice?
Eventually, you part of the way down the path, and Erik actually stops and turns and just kind of walks off the path.
I'll whistle to you.
Yo, dipshit. This way.
This way.
Dio is there. As Erik starts walking into the path. Now, most of what you can see is just the very top of his hat as he's walking in this high grass, and he kind of stops and he kind of turns back at you guys and goes, "Should get down low.
Alright.
Up ahead from here."
Crouchy time?
Sure.
Also being quiet time.
I pick up a pile of grass and put it in your mouth.
No, you don't.
Then we go under gnome though.
He turns and starts wandering into this thicket, kind of off-road bush and things. And you guys sort of wander for about 2 minutes. Roll me perceptions.
It's a natural one.
Nat 20 and then plus
This
one.
was a bad fight for a natural one.
17.
Nat 20.
Can you roll me 1d100?
You see all the detail of the ass and what it's on.
So
77. Something bad's about to happen, guys.
Ah, shit, biscuits.
Oh no.
What is it?
It's not good.
Okay. How are you crouching? Or are you going like this?
I'm doing like an army crouch, so I'm on my elbows.
Oh, this works so well. Okay, so the perceptions, basically, you are able to hear the sound of people talking.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it's coming from maybe like just through like past the bush that's in front of you. In the middle of you guys sort of listening for this, you lose control of your arms and forget how they work.
It's on my face, go.
So Johnny's going like this, and then suddenly you just all hear this audible.
Can I astral my arms and just drag him behind me?
I wouldn't drag, they might make it look
I'm
more-
surprised you wouldn't just leave me there.
Or can I just pick him up slightly off?
I mean, you can pick him up with your own arms.
As I'm crawling
Oh,
past, like,
I'll have to touch him.
But
As you guys are all kind of doing this, Erik goes, "What's wrong with him?"
He's
deal with the devil.
yeah,
Dumb.
it's a new disease. All the kids have it.
Like, when I'm crouching past, I pat you on the head and I keep going.
It'll pass.
little pass and drop.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Can you guys give me some stealths?
Do I even bother?
You'll have a round where your arms will come back. So
Oh, okay, cool.
16.
Oh, that's not good. The wiggly arms
15?
let me down. My phone has died.
You're a monk. Of course you're more stealthy.
I'm not
What
proficient in
shot do you
skills.
Normal USB.
Okay.
C.
A, B, C, she.
No, give me your phone off.
That's a thing.
Sweet.
You'll have to tell him what stats he is then.
No, I'm going to
Other end.
No, the other end. through the screen.
I'm totally fine just like crawling behind this mill. Yay.
He stops. You keep going.
He like
Do you roughly know
my
what
boots.
stealth is?
That was a 5. It's not good.
That was weird. Something was ringing. It's a 5 or something. So what did you roll?
For stealth.
Yeah.
So that's a 5 there. What was my stealth?
It's
It
not
was like a
high.
7. Yeah.
It's probably about like 14 or 13.
Yeah.
Oh, baby stuff.
Okay. That's cool. So you guys sort of move up to Eric's stealth as well. Excuse me. You guys move up to the edge of like this bush area, and you sort of start peering your heads through, and you can see this small little kind of campsite sort of thing that's sort of set up.
Yeah.
And there's about 4 or 5 guys who are just sort of sitting around. The three of them have this Phoenix uniform on, and one of them looks like someone in like just civil like clothing, just general gear. And the 4 of them are just kind of chatting and joking around.
It must be an initiation.
Can I perception to try and hear them? Like what they're saying about initiation? Or is it?
Just perception, try to listen in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I've got +7 perception.
Oh, okay.
So, 30.
You sort of listen in, you sort of hear, and you hear one guy go, "Yeah, no, about a week, and then there's some bubbling that goes on. Another one goes, No. We'll be getting a couple more, and then we could leave later." Sort of mumble a few more things, and the guy who's not wearing a uniform says, "Yeah, but I've been here like 3 or 4 times now. I'm done with here. Maybe somewhere else."
Do I recognise him?
And the guy's talking. No,
Yeah.
you don't recognise any of them.
They've been here for quite but they're doing that mumble thing that do.
It's more their words. These are the words got out of your head.
What?
That wasn't a big at all.
Wait.
Do we kill him?
No.
Hang on.
You
His name's
hear
Eric, isn't it?
Eric the gnome? Yeah.
Eric. Are these your guys?
Eric looks through and goes, "Same.
Come, dude.
It's not the same. You should know."
Then I'm not a human then, Eric.
Can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to work out if he's on game to kill random people. Is he on game to kill random people?
He looks like he's game to kill random people.
I'm
Sweet,
not
so
game to
what-
kill random people.
What we're going to do, here's the plan. We're gonna distract them and let Eric sneak behind them and slit some ankles to get us an advantage. Okay? Because we're in tall grass and he is the perfect gnome for the job. I phrase that very carefully.
He turns, looks at you, and just goes, and
Yeah.
his hat,
Right, no.
which then just goes, puts back in again.
Alright, Eric. You go and give me the signal when you're ready.
Grabs his hat and sort of pushes it down.
Yeah.
And sort of grabs a little strap and just sort of clips it there so his hat sits below. He's like,
So I've done this before.
and he starts crawling off in it. Well, crawling relative, it's more, he's going like this, but it's essentially the same height as you guys crawling as he kind of wanders through this bush.
Okay, I'm gonna be the distraction, and if it goes wrong, you guys help me.
Shouldn't someone magical be the distraction?
No,
No.
we don't.
No, actually not.
Dio, as you're sitting there, you say magic will be the distraction, you get the from air behind you of a bear breathing. It's very fishy. And he puts his paw onto your head and goes, "I'm magical."
Buddy. Back off a bit. We need We need the distractor
Yeah.
to do this, the bullshitter.
Hey, Falcor, just come with me, because I don't particularly want to kill these guys. To be honest, they haven't done anything to me.
Try and do it without making a noise. We're kind of being sneaky here.
And he goes like ethereal and just kind of.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you guys look back, he just kind of reforms himself about 10, 20 feet away from you guys, and he's just staring at you.
I wave my tail at him. Wave my tail. Huh?
You guys get ready to kill.
You hear this as he's sitting down.
Alright.
You guys get ready to kill. I'm going to stand up. Okay, if
do
it
your
turns that way,
bullshitting.
if it turns that way, self-defense, whatever you want to call it. I mean, if you don't like killing random people, Eric's not going to be into you. Then I do a humble peer pressure.
He's not wrong. Have you seen the gnome? He's got daggers in his head.
To be honest, I think he'd just be more impressed with my fighting skills.
It's more about efficiency.
Do you?
Dexterity.
No.
Click. Click.
Alright. Let's sneak up a little bit closer and I'm going to get up.
Stay here.
Alright, you stay there, whatever. Fuck
No,
you.
if you need backup, just tell me.
You'll know when I need backup.
When you're screaming,
Just go.
It's the usual sign.
go then.
Alright. I'm going to sneak up a little bit closer. Is there like a tree between me and them?
There's basically, think of like this area where they are, it's a lot of it's like cut out grass and things.
Yeah.
And they've obviously like pushed a lot of the dirt and like twigs and things out of the way, so they've made themselves a little clearing in here. So basically it goes from kind of the bush that you're in to sort of grass that sort of starts there and then looks like it's just being pushed back this way.
Cool. Alright. I know that my performance is, I think, 11? That's something going on, yeah.
So 4%.
Yeah, that'll do. Chuck it to me.
Did I turn it on?
Yeah, it's a bit slow.
He's got a brick.
Hey, got a brick.
It's a cell phone, not a brick.
I'm going to get up out of their vision.
So that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So
Yeah.
essentially their vision is everywhere.
Okay.
It's above them.
I'm going to make sounds as if I was a drunk person.
Okay.
And then
You
I'm
are a
going,
drunk
shut
person.
up! Shut up.
He's still immune to being drunk.
Yeah, he has like 2 days before he can no
Yeah,
longer be drunk.
I'm going to perform as if I'm completely total.
Isn't that a performance?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with my performance.
He's a bard.
Yeah. So I'm going to go, oh
Great
my
one.
gosh, that was a long night. So I get up in that sort of haze and bring all of their attention to me.
Yep, you will get all their attention immediately. They all kind of turn and look at you.
Oh my god, do you guys know where Trey Town is?
There's a couple of mumbles between them, and one of them goes, that way?
Whoa, which was that way?
No way.
That's my performance. Performance is a little cool.
Do they have any like drinks around them?
No, they have a lot of sort of bits and bobs of like gear.
Do I
and
have a
things.
fire going?
There's a fire pit, but there's no fire going. It's the middle of the day.
Is there any drinks, like any liquid on the ground?
Roll me a perception.
9.
Maybe. It could be like a canteen or something. It's kind of hard to tell.
I'm so thirsty. I get closer.
As you get closer, one of the guys sort of turns and sort of puts his hand on like a sword that's...
Whoa. Easy, dude. I'm just really hungover.
Roll me a deception.
I'd have better luck with this.
Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you would. 14.
This guy sort of starts to unsheath his blade.
Can I fall over as if I'm drunk and make it a performance roll?
You can fall over, perform being drunk. Yeah.
30.
One of the guys behind him chuckles. And the guy who's drawing the sword still draws the sword out. He sort of holds it.
I roll over on my back and go, oh my glass, please.
This guy kind of turns and looks at his mates and goes, What are you expecting anyone to do? Yeah, the grass goes. Nah. Could be useful, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? And the guy in the normal outfit just kind of stares and sort of starts going like this. And starts drawing something you recognize. Yep.
I'm going to roll it, or?
I'm just going to flat give it to you.
Okay.
You recognize he's casting a spell.
Do I recognise the ruins? Or do I need to do Arcana on them?
You might need to do one card.
Non-natural 20?
Non-natural 20?
Yeah.
The symbol that he's drawing in the air looks very similar to the symbol that is engraved onto the back of your amulet, which is a detect magic-based spell.
I'm not using magic.
I just want to know if Eric's going to do anything with this information.
We're going to try and see if he's magical in any sense. I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. He does this random drawing thing and stops, and his eyes glow a little bit, and he goes, "Yeah, he's useful."
Oh, wait, I'm full of magical potential.
And we'll go for a break.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it can detect if he's magic.
It detects magic, which includes magical items or magic effects. You're currently wearing seeping magic.
Right, yeah.
Hey nerd, do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Of course you do.
Do you like people with New Zealand accents? Of course you do again.
Well, what if we told you there was a podcast that did both of those things in equal measure?
Guess what? Here is. Wake up, bucko. It's called The Fate of Isen.
And it's your new favourite tabletop role-playing podcast.
Except for the one you're obviously already listening to, which is awesome, by the way.
We roll dice, laugh a lot, and tell a surprisingly compelling tale about a plucky group of weirdos.
Hey, who you calling a weirdo?
Who gets swept up in a quest to, quote-unquote, save the world of Isen.
There's action, excitement, and there's a lot of apples. Seriously, there's way too many apples. It got way out of proportion.
Weird as my mother's top lip.
Join us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast action.
The Fate of Isen, new episodes every Sunday.
Get with it.
See you there.
In a world that is stemmed from the mind of a madman, a dwarf,
I am entering MA. MA is underground.
a cat,
Just a fun little question. Do mushrooms bleed?
a lizard,
So we should kill him first?
an elephant,
Sure, I almost care about everyone else.
and a cow?
No, I'm wearing no armor. I'm a barbarian.
Yes, they band together to fight and escape the drow infested deep down under to bring news of a new threat. This is the tale of the Guardians of the Gigaxy.
Hey there, you beautiful person, you. Do you like podcasts? Well, that's a stupid question because of course you do. Hi, my name is Harley and I'm from the Necropodicon Network. I'm here invading your personal space because I wanted to invite you to come check out our shows. Oh man, we have a whole bunch, just like a big old assorted bag of candy type of deal. We have true crime, comedy, TTRPGs of varying kinds, movie reviews. The list goes on, I just don't have enough spit in my mouth for that. You can find all these shows and more on our website, necropodicon.com. We also have cast and crew profiles for every show on the network. What that means is, you get to see our beautiful faces. For free! The website is constantly being updated, so come on over and have a good time. What are you waiting for? No, seriously, what are you waiting for? You're on your phone, right? Or computer? All you have to do is, I'll let you figure it out by yourself.
Hello, mate. And Towsels is here. Do you want candy? Do you want candy, mate? I don't have any, but do you want one?
That's what gnomes do. We have toilet rugs.
Can I take something home with me?
Well, that depends on what it is.
Bag of hawk shit? Touches his face with a very large scarred hand that is also covered in hawk shit.
Grisham lets you, but only because you're huge and intimidating, and he just kind of grimaces while he massages shit into his cheek.
And
we'll begin this scene. Jurassic Park!
Jurassic Park!
Gnome.
A gnome, not a child. A fully grown gnome. They're
He's
just
a little baby gnome.
they're
I'm
just
older
small.
than you.
You want some of my lap, mate?
We don't get any taller.
They're just small.
Just small.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ben for what? How you going?
Hi, I'm Marley Craft.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, big man.
Hello, little fella. Ben Four mutters to himself, "You've done well, mate." And then, like, bluff.
So you take a seat. He glares at your shit sack.
The slowly expanding pool.
Yeah, the liquid is like
coming
seeping
out
out
from
of it. Yeah.
And he makes a show of picking it up gently as if he respects it, and then very kindly, like, putting it on the floor, not far away from the other sacks, but not on the same table.
Ben Four shouts quite loudly, "It's a good move, mate. It's full of shit."
Also eating a muffin. I'm sorry, I was eating a muffin. It was a very good muffin. Where I was in the bathroom stall and I overheard these young folks, and I just wanted to come down, and I've always wanted to do good. So here I am. Trestle spoon.
Just says trestle spoon at the end of every sentence.
And to do good, Trestle Spoon.
I was just hanging out with my two best friends, and they seemed to be pretty into it.
We don't know him.
Yeah, it's a common joke what we make with each other.
Hello, we are back. It is us. Do not forget, you can make donation and let us know in chat that you've made donation to break the world.
Break the world.
I don't know. Some of the donations can break the
Oh,
world.
that's right, the donation thing.
Yeah, they can break the world. Otherwise, at the end of the game, we will raffle off the winner of the donation things for dice. Right.
Yay! Oh, excitement! Sorry.
The intro or was it back just...
No, it's back in. That's back in.
Should I just roll for sleep? No, go to sleep.
That was with protein powder. And pre-workout.
Regardless of your conversation.
Roll for chicken and rice.
Can I have everybody roll for initiative?
That gets boring.
I'd rather it be boring for a while and lose weight than just
2.
be a chubby asshole. Okay, fine.
Wow.
What am I rolling?
Well, am I adding anything onto it?
Initiative. Initiative. It's your dex unless you've got any bonuses to
Okay,
it.
let me check. 12.
10. No, 13. Sorry.
Seems very fitting. Erik got 18.
Fuck Eric Celeste. He's going to become our most valuable player. I feel it coming.
So Eric,
She went first.
I got 13.
13.
I got 12.
So Deal, Aaron, Johnny.
Only fitting Johnny goes after.
Hold on.
I forget what magical item am I wearing?
The
the nunchuck things.
The nunchuck thing. I think it was called now.
That's right.
Matt might have the sheet thing for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because they were
Matt God, are you watching?
Probably.
Matt Summer!
Son Matt.
In 30 seconds, you'll get a message. Here's the sheet.
Shut the fuck up and let them play, Amy. And you'll never see my child again. Mommy! I need to see tiny baby squish face.
I might have a copy of that on here.
Little goblin squish.
Goblin squish. It's a half wolf watch. Goblin.
Robot goblin?
Robot chicken! I didn't mean to call you a child a robot chicken, I'm sorry,
Robot
guys.
goblin.
Oh, shit.
Seeing if I have a copy of the item you have.
What?
I might not though.
Oh, my what? Oh, my what?
Oh, my what?
No, I don't.
It's okay. But, okay, at least I know what my magical item is.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to use it as better.
No, I'm not.
It gives you the ability to either shoot a blast or have a spear. Like it conjures up a weapon.
Oh, lit.
Yeah.
If I drop more fists.
No. I think the spirit, like you go,
I like the thing that it gives you the power of your fingers become more fists. So the ends of your fingers become tiny arms with fists on them. And you go, super punch.
So the round starts. These four.
I'm still hidden in the bushes.
Yeah. Kind of looking. And
I'm on my back at this point.
You're prone, yeah.
Yeah, because I fell on my back to sell the joke.
and this guy that guy stands up and he goes, yep, we'll take him.
Can I?
To which you lying on the back, you sort of look over and the head of this hatch just pops up, giving you the signal I'm in position.
Good to know. Is one of them coming closer to me?
Nope, because it's Eric's turn first.
Because we're in initiative.
Because we're in initiative.
Right.
Battle light!
But I can't give Eric the signal, not just yet.
Dun 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 dun
Can you
dun
not?
dun dun dun.
Oh. Battle light! What happened?
He broke the screw.
Something flew off at me.
Oh, battle light. Why would you be such a...
Why do they always die?
What was it that actually snapped off it?
Disconnected.
Please bear with us, viewers. The DM is trying to set the mood.
Smooth jazz starts.
Is that blinding?
No.
Okay.
I got that.
About the light.
It'll be fine there. It's not going to fall.
Fairly blinding.
Go better. Is that better?
You have such a strong prescription. How are you not wearing your glasses?
Because I
If it's facing me, it's fine.
don't need to see to play.
That's just not. You just never wear your glasses. No, you
I do.
don't.
Dio, it's very obvious that they're in position to fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight just yet.
Well, it's not Dio's turn, isn't it?
It's Dio's
Oh,
turn.
it is.
Eric doesn't know that it's time to go.
I haven't given the signal.
Eric's essentially holding his action for the signal.
Can I?
I haven't given you the signal. Be aware of that.
Can I just like move around, like still in the bushes?
So the bushes are essentially.
I want to like stumble out and try and add to the act.
No.
It's essentially the bush line there, and it sort of curves around.
I would like to move, like use my full turn to move, just in the bushes.
So you go 45. So
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
She's still stealth, right?
Yeah, I'm stealth. I rolled high on stealth. So.
So full action. Basically a bit of a clearing here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. Aaron.
Yeah.
Dio crashes off that way.
No.
Yes, I'll do the same to here.
I give you the look like someone listened. That guy approaches with handcuffs. Two guys. Oh god.
What? We're leaving you to
I'm
it.
holding an action, by the way.
What's your action you're holding?
Shoot.
Okay.
Because if I use my sword, they'll see it.
So you flick that the gun.
You checking my phone?
Action.
I'll do it.
What will do, Donkey? What will do?
Where's my gun? Also, you haven't written if it's using action or bonus action.
It's bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus to switch.
That's right, that's what I want to do. I didn't remember the name of it.
While Johnny is limboing, Dio is off in the bushes.
Ooh, pretty flower!
Oh, surveying the scene, thank you, and looking at some fine art.
Ooh, pretty flower!
It looked like a flower.
You see the next thing and you're going to get slightly horrified.
I love playing a perfect character. Did
Okay, cool. So those three are approaching.
Those three approaching. This guy appears to be preparing something of some kind, like he's doing something.
Oh, if you guys are gonna come close, that's all good. I'll get up. Right? I get on my knees as if I'm about to stand up, and then as I'm standing up, I fondle him.
Is that a level 1 spell
Yeah.
or a classic?
Level 1.
Which class? Is it a bard or a...
That would be a bard.
Cool. Can you please roll me a
Fondle. Yeah.
Please, Thunderwave.
23.
Is that a Thunderwave?
Not that's a fail. That's something else. Hey, friend.
So Johnny goes like this, and he goes, and then suddenly a whole bunch of grease just flies up and just lands in his position.
I was only aiming to this
Wait, you're resistant to fire, right?
Yeah.
He cast grease on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's resistant. Is he?
Yeah, I am.
Fire doesn't hurt him at all.
Oh, resistant means he takes half damage.
I yell.
that still work?
I do that and I go, not what I planned, but do it anyway now. And then it's our little buddies to it.
No, it's Eric's turn.
Eric's turn. Are those three covered in grease or is it just me?
It's just you.
Fuck.
The description is you cast grease on yourself.
That's right.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind.
hold on,
I won't see you on fire then.
I will
Jump, you can go up and hug
I'm going to create bonfire on you.
I need to look at the grease spell for a second, because I think...
I'm not sure if it was area or if it's, yeah.
Because the grease spell actually does have an area of effect depending on what it does. In the meantime, He crits.
Yes, he does. He's going to kill him one shot.
We need at least one alive.
That's not the one Eric's got. Fuck, if he kills him silently, that's even better. Nobody notices. What happened to that guy?
He's taking a nice long nap.
On his forehead.
Range? Oh, that's how far.
What is that skill? Just need to double check the skill.
Research is being needed.
The grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square radius.
Those guys are. Oh crap. Okay.
He's dead.
I think he is.
Wait, is Eric dead?
No.
Eric one-shot him.
So I critted, and then I had to roll a save for the skill that I was talking about before. He rolled a 2 on a DC 15 to save.
It's just instantly
So
dead.
it doubles the damage that he's already doubling.
That's not sweet ass!
So
I'm not shouting that.
the normal damage was 8. That's doubled.
16.
The dice damage from that was 6 plus. So that's 12 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is then doubled again. So that's 24 damage.
Yeah.
On a dude who has 22 health.
Oh, nice!
So he kills him and then teabags him with still no balls.
Anyone who can see this, Eric basically runs up behind this guy and just goes, and his hat goes, and this guy just kind of goes, falls down, and Eric jumps on the back of him and just pulls out a dagger and just starts kind of
Deal with the row.
just starts leaving daggers in him. I can do that. And stops, looks up. That was only his first move.
Yeah.
He gets 2 attacks. 19.
Holy shit, he's the best.
And he lobs a dagger and it just goes, and it's like through in the back. While not dead, in very much pain.
I wish I had double attack. Stick a nothing on attack twice. Why am I in this dude with a sword?
This dude,
I don't know.
because these guys are within 10 feet of the grease, this guy falls over.
Yeah.
No, shit, yes.
He falls over, he gets stabbed in the back, and he's just like, ah!
I'm good.
And because it was a held action for him to run and kill, and then goes to the top of the round, it's Eric's turn again.
You've created a monster. We can win.
He's just going to start fighting against himself.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
Fuck yeah, Eric.
Eric, how do you want to do this?
This is perfect because it shows that you and Eric have done this book.
Yeah, this is a classic strat.
It's like sometimes it's
So Eric stops, looks back at the dude he's throwing a dagger at, takes his hat off, and just goes, pulls out another dagger from his hat, just lobs it, and just goes flying back into the other dagger on this guy's back. And the dagger comes out of his chest. I mean,
It's just the 2 arrows on top of each other trick.
the dagger lands about 5 feet away from your face.
Nice!
He then goes, causing this guy to turn around and shock.
Can I... We need to tell Eric to stop. Or he might kill us.
Can I... am I in range to...
Yeah, no, it's, sorry, he does get a second attack, which he then sends another dagger and it just goes off in that direction when he's screaming.
Fuck, it's lucky.
Can I step out of the bushes? Because I still wanna... Can't believe he's fucking done that.
Why did I have Eric?
because we convinced him.
I convinced you to give me Eric. It's a big mistake. You gave me a tool.
We
Okay.
gave him a backstory.
God. Okay, I'm gonna go move up.
So you can go, each square is 5 feet, and you've got 45 feet, which is 8 squares.
5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So if I'm like
Pretty close.
there.
Right.
You got any ranged attacks?
Going down 1 will be actually 2, so it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Right, no, you're still good there.
Can I throw my trident at him?
The dude standing who just turned around at Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's arguably distracted. So, you're gonna hit me. Oh, the 2.
Yeah, too.
Plus anything?
No, can you give me inspiration? God damn it, you
No,
see me?
I'm not that sort of bard. I am, but I refuse to use them.
So Deo pulls the trident from her back and just goes, boom. And it goes this way, and it starts as a pole normally to flick out into a trident form, and it just goes past this guy before it realizes it's supposed to go into trident form, goes trident form, and then just crashes into the ground.
God damn it!
And that's
Faulty asshole.
So trident lands next to this guy. Aaron, it's your turn.
Okay.
A dude fell over in Greece, and a dude just turned around seeing his mate just killed.
Okay.
You've seen this before.
Capture the one in the green.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can I do cast a gesture on the guy on the ground and say yield?
Okay, what's the DC?
Let me just check.
I don't think it matters.
I think it's charisma. It's save, right?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He
I
rolled
rolled 2.
Oh, okay. He yields.
He'll yield.
That's my turn.
Yes, master!
Unless no, I can't use a bonus action or anything.
Look, you guys all hear the guy covered in Greece go, "Are you?"
Cool.
As he stops trying to fight, trying to stand up and
Holding my gun at him.
His lines like this. "I yield."
Awesome. Okay.
That's also his
I
turn.
guess I stood out of the bush and went yield. So just saying it from the bush.
The word was you. Which wizard says?
Johnny, your turn.
It's the guy that's standing. Does he have grease on him?
The grease landed at his feet, but he's still standing.
Okay.
If you set him on fire, you might set the other guy that's on grease on fire.
The other guy fell over in the grease. Essentially, he's got grease over him, and he's just got grease in his boots.
I think that's a suggestion.
I'm just gonna use Gust and push him closer towards Eric.
Gust.
Yeah. What is Gust? My cantrip.
You're not going to be able to push him. Gust is essentially the equivalent of, not a fan, but something quite like that. It's not strong enough to push something over, but it's enough to alter things.
It says one medium or smaller creature, then you must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 5 feet away from you.
Is it a level 1 spell or a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Really? Okay.
Which spell's this?
Gust. What's your DC?
Falco, use fart.
Fish breath.
It is 16.
Falco, use fart. It's super
16?
effective.
Cool, he fails.
Automatic crit. The fish breath.
I just shove him towards
How long does he? How far does he go? 5 feet. 5 feet. So the show just goes.
Yeah. You've got him, Eric! Last one! That's all I did. I just tell him that's the last one. We've got fucking Chucky on our team. We should have called Chucky, that was pretty on the nose.
Chuck. I'm speaking skeleton right now. SOS. My trident's on the floor. I need my trident.
Eric runs up to this dude and just runs at his knees, just goes. And he leaves two daggers in the guy's knees and just holds the dagger up like this, expecting the guy to fall. He doesn't fall. He screams in pain, very similar to Johnny's screams. Theo.
Can I run up behind the guy.
Let's go kiss him.
And hits him down so he...
So you just you're gonna go.
Yeah, so he lands on the knife.
Cool.
Your Eiffel Tower hits.
Roll roll
We kill things together.
I love it when we Eiffel Tower.
roll me an athletics versus his athletics. Essentially,
Oh no.
want to see.
Dino's gonna get a
Athletics or acrobatics?
They're just gonna kill
What if
people
I
together.
jump and then do it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Acrobatics.
Okay.
Fuck, if you threw him, it would be like a baseball.
14?
Okay. So so you just whack him down.
Mm-hmm.
And he just basically topples onto Eric and crashes into Eric onto the ground.
Is he dead?
Eric would be dead from that.
No, not
Aaron, you watch Dio run up behind the dude and just go, ah, and smack the dude, and he just goes, and just topples on Eric.
I'm gonna restrain the guy on the ground.
He's gonna get Eric to try and kill me.
So, what are you doing restraining the guy?
Actually, he's already yielded, so it's not like he's gonna escape.
He's yielded by his understanding of the suggestion.
Yeah.
Which can be in any way which form, like, it could
Can
be.
I drag the guy off using telekinesis, or is my telekinesis not strong enough?
It wouldn't be strong enough. It can only lift about 10 pounds. That guy is clearly heavy.
Can you throw my trident to me?
Go around there and just lift him off.
God damn it!
So you run over to the dude and start trying to lift this guy off.
I assume he's on top of Eric, so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
being stabbed.
So you walk over and you start trying to lift this guy off, and you see lying on the ground Eric going like this. It's Eric digging. He looks like he's probably taking part of the chest out as he's just doing it.
Okay.
You want me to put you back down, or are you good?
He stops and looks at you and goes, I can breathe! Take it off me!
I keep pushing it back
Oh, Eric was digging.
As you start lifting this corpse, kind of like the dude is clearly dead. As it starts going off, you notice what Eric's been doing is he's been stabbing and putting daggers underneath, like this. And it's just bounced off the spine a little bit, but as you lift it up, all the daggers kind of fall down.
Yeah.
They don't hit him or anything, they just kind of land next to him.
I'll push it off.
Ah, nice one, Eric.
You are now out of combat.
I help him up. If he wants help.
I'm gonna go and retrieve my trident. Quickly.
That's fine, you can walk over and pick up your trident and put it back in the bowl form.
Can I go and, like, say sorry?
I tap you on the shoulder, you done propped it.
Can
And
I
I'm
go
still covered in grease.
Can I go and just, like, get on my hands and go, I'm so sorry he crushed
I'm
you?
going back to the other guy.
You walk over to Eric and say that. He looks at you and he's just completely red now. And he goes, sorry for what? He fell on me. Thanks.
Good. You're not injured? No.
He's a bad.
Why would he be injured?
Yeah.
The man's made of daggers.
All blood.
You take
He's got a dagger.
1 point of piercing damage as the handle of the dagger he's holding has like a side blade to it, as he's just going like this to you.
Ow.
And then looks at you and realizes he's just stabbed you in the hand and goes,
I just arm the guy on the ground.
I go next to you. Have you not realised he's a bit fucked?
My time. I just feel like Simba.
you walk over and just do that. So that he's covered in blood except for this one mark that has no blood on it now.
A reverse.
He's just standing there. And he kind of looks up at his hat. It's kind of dripping. And he's like, a new shade of red for the collection.
Twitches.
It's kind of a rouge colour now.
Red!
Yes, red is... The rouge is a shade of red. See, I'm red too! Ta-da!
Not unlike your normal flirting.
What? I'm a monk. I've been in the monastery for a while.
Are we done? Revenge? There should be more of them. Why was there only 4?
Looks like just an encampment, so I'm holding my gun up to the back of the guy's head.
The guy who's just currently...
I've disarmed him.
He's disarmed him, he's just sitting there.
Alright.
Can I stab that one?
Not yet.
In the eyes. There's a dagger for each.
Can I kick him in the testicles?
Where were you guys about to go?
The dagger have a testicles.
He's trying to ask the prisoner something.
Stay over there. Go play with Dio.
Okay. He walks up behind you and just sits down.
We'll go from intimidating to just out batshit crazy.
And then I throw my astral arms, and I'm like, "You can try and knife my astral arms, because when they go through."
He just kind of starts throwing daggers and juggling them through your arms.
Yeah, that's fine.
Every now and then he misses one and it just sort of lands next to him, but he doesn't seem phased by this.
Okay, that's fine. That keeps him occupied. You're welcome. Keep going.
As it appears, the bloodlust seems to be slowly seeping down from him. if a rogue could rage, this is what you've just witnessed.
He's like part 3 levels barbarian.
He's not taken rage. He's not. It's just if a rogue could rage.
He's just very willing.
So this guy who's sitting in front of you watches just Erik essentially playing in the guts of his companion, and it's just white.
So it's up to you whether you give us enough information before his bloodlust runs out. So what are you going to tell us about your encampment?
We set up camp for a week.
Louder!
Gotta keep going.
And then we move to a different spot, and someone meets us, and then the exchange is made, and then we move to a different camp. And that's why we have a camp.
I've got this, guys. I kick him in the dick. This is taking way too long. Give us the important information.
What important information?
This camp here, or is there another actual camp?
There's a bigger camp. Yep.
What? The university?
No, not the university.
Where's the camp?
I don't know.
If we give you a map, would you be able to draw it?
I don't have the map. The map's been...
Map's where?
He points at this dude who looks like he's missing a bag.
Can I check for a map?
Roll investigation.
You do that. I'm not done with this guy. You're not going to like this.
5, I find nothing.
Find a bone.
Johnny, you want to add it to your collection?
In a minute.
The guy by the testicles. Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
I'm grabbing by the testicles.
Cool. Okay. Oh.
You guys are too weak when it comes to torture.
I hadn't got to the torture yet.
Well, I'm impatient. And greasy.
If you torture him too much, this is as you're holding him as well. He won't give you any information. He'll be too in pain.
Let's find out. Well, please.
Give him a con save. He vomits.
There we go. He's ready to talk.
Let go. Tell us more about your the main stronghold. I cock my gun. Hold it to his head.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I turn to the tree of fire.
Pretty slightly on fire now. I know what that is now.
I cock it again.
I like it now. He had his ball squeeze and he still sass you. That's very impressive. I would argue,
Finishes his mic.
yeah, I would argue he passed his constitution because that was very ballsy.
You want to lose one of those balls? Keep talking.
We don't know where the location is that we send people to.
Well, how do you...
Bullshit!
How do you see them there?
I don't know. It's, he points back at the same guy that Dio is currently holding a bone of. One person in camp knows the location. The rest of us are just here as a safety precaution. But clearly, we need more men.
Look, you better give me something, otherwise you're not going to live very long. And I'm not going to be the one to kill you.
You should have a map on it or something. Tell the tiefling over there. Just put it on.
Again?
I look at you. Look better!
Throw the bone at you. Not trying to hurt you, just throw the bone at you.
He's like, I just squeezed this man's testicles. He's telling the truth. Oh, God.
I walk over and
You rummage over and you pull out.
I'm too busy looking at Eric right now.
You pick up a bag that feels like it's probably got coins in it.
How many coins?
Am I investigation?
Yeah.
How many coins, sir?
2.
1 second.
I want...
Oh, finally.
2 gold, 2 silver, and 10 copper.
I take the gold, the coins from you as well.
No!
Dio found,
Alright, yeah.
found the pouch. You've got an investigation 22.
22.
Cool. You walk over and you look at the pouch location on the belt and you sort of lift the guy up a little bit and sort of realise he's got a bit of a jerkin and you open the jerkin and there's this map just sitting in the inside of the jerkin.
Okay, how was I to find that?
You're meant to investigate.
That's not a usual map place. Plus, I'm busy keeping
Theo?
someone preoccupied.
You're looking at too much ass.
You say that and look back.
Moon eyes.
You look back and Eric has removed this guy's pants and is currently cutting out the guy's ass.
You've got moon eyes, he's got moon lust. I've seen it all before.
He finishes cutting off the button. He goes, "Now no one can call me an ass."
Fuck, I love Eric.
So the button sort of shows it off, and then realizes when he's done, just sort of lets go and goes, "I need to go sit down." Just sort of walks to the front.
Buddy.
Is he okay?
And then
Fine, he needs a minute.
he just goes and sits basically like that, and just kind of sits down. And his hat, the blade on the top of it hasn't thrown back in it yet, and it looks like it's spinning a little bit.
Hat's telling me to give him some space.
Can I throw the coins over to Eric and go,
No!
It's
Oh, no.
you're spoiled from killing him.
He doesn't care about money.
You throw the coins, and it just lands behind him. He doesn't seem to twitch at
That's
all.
fine. The coins can sit there. He'll see them when he's getting it.
Cool down period.
Yeah.
After every successful raid.
What mass murderer cares about money?
If he wants some, like, alcohol and food afterwards or something.
I mean, he works at a bar. I don't think he has to worry about it.
And he's not the bouncer, he's the guy in the back. The bouncer is scared of him.
Hey, look, I'm trying my best here to flirt, and my monkness is not helping.
This is not the time. This is like, oh,
It's not the time, something's fucking wrong.
I'm picturing Johnny having this conversation with Dio.
and I'm like, it's not the time. I mean, I've picked up people at a funeral, but this is not the time. This is pre-funeral, yeah. This is the sort of guy who, I don't even know if he can be picked up. No pun intended. He can be picked up. Don't tell him that, you might kill me.
Go.
I was gonna say,
I've just been watching.
I had to be this conversation while
we're looking at the map.
not while I'm holding testicles.
I was gonna say,
Is it correct?
my dad.
This guy has passed out.
Oh, good.
He's passed out. Well, at least we've got a map.
No, punch him in the dick.
I'm a mess.
Okay, I'm gonna lay the map.
Wakes up.
We can look at.
Punch him in the dick and just-
He's still alive, we're good.
Where's the map?
What?
Where on the map?
There on the map.
Where?
There on the map.
Is he actually pointing to a map?
He's just pointing at the map.
Oh, you get your finger off.
Have you actually looked at the map?
No. I just rolled it out, and it woke up. So I didn't think.
Johnny, are you looking at the map?
No, I'm gonna put it down now.
I've got my hand on his testicles. I'm looking at the map. He's not going
You
in.
look at the map and you notice that it's a map that actually has like a picture of the role-playing area, and there is like a marker.
You dickheads, it's already marked.
Oh, I don't even look at it. I roll it up and...
I'm sorry, dude, and I punch him in the face and knock him out.
Yep. Do you want to kill him or cut out his tongue?
No, just leave him as is. He's definitely sterile.
I think we should.
How much damage did I
We
do?
could cut out his tongue because it'll tell someone.
What's your strength?
Someone might write stuff down.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Your choice then. I'm not killing.
That's the funniest thing you've said. Not killing. My strength modifier is 2.
So every time you squeeze, you're doing 2 damage.
Sorry.
I'm not one to kill someone defenselessly anyway.
It's not stopping no running right.
One of Eric's supposed knives and just put it next to him and say, he's not defenseless, he has a knife.
I just go, can I borrow your trident for a quick...
No!
Oh, okay.
Use your spoons.
They're not very stout.
Anyone who's watching Eric, when you put the knife next to him, the knife just almost vanishes. And there's just another knife appearing on him. Essentially, he's just gone.
It's got like a magnet ability for knives only.
It's more he moves so quickly and put it back with it.
Do you want to stab this guy in the throat?
Do you think I can recruit him?
You shouldn't, he's sterile. I just put my foot on his throat. Let's call it a day.
We should just kill him.
Yeah. I'm done about, like, you guys are sitting there discussing, like, little babies, and I'm like, alright.
Roll damage.
Cool.
Neither. I'll make it.
My conscience is bleeding.
It's just roll to hit. And if you hit, it's 2 damage because that's your strength mod.
How much health does he have?
Johnny just stamps the ground next to the guy, and his eyes kind of wake up again.
I missed.
And he kind of
go again.
Join us or die.
No, we don't want him. He's sterile.
He could do work.
No. We literally have the world's best companion. And I kind of not Eric.
Not the Eric who's now standing up, and he appears to be sort of cleaning himself off a little bit.
Yeah, he's literally the best companion you could have.
Oh, left it there.
You kind of got it from the guy that you killed.
Oh, okay.
Wait, kill people? Good.
Oh, nice. Watch him as he pulls out like a cloth from somewhere. He seems to be just cleaning himself off.
Can I hand him another rag if you need it?
If you walk over and hand him a rag, he'll be like, "Oh, thank you."
You're
Start
welcome.
kind of cleaning himself off a bit more.
Yes. I would like to give him a rag.
So I'm going to start engraving a symbol into this guy's shoulder.
Oh, no!
And I say, as I finish, you belong to me.
Are you Batman v Supermaning him?
Are you making him your sex slave?
No.
I thought Batman
Give me
v
an Alright?
Kind of looks at you.
Or I let this guy kill you.
What were you
Spoons.
engraving him?
I was just engraving a random, an old, kind of like, old, what do you call it? Old common? Something that.
It says like, pink sucks.
You report to me, otherwise he's going to kill you by removing your eyes with spoons.
And then getting the gnome to eat your brain out of your eye sockets? I don't know.
Don't add to the lie, you're not helping. Gnomes don't eat brains.
What lie? I'm sure you would kill him with spoons, and I fully believe it.
And I fully believe he would spoon out his brains from the eye sockets.
Roll me a persuasion at advantage.
Ooh. Persuasion, that's a 22? Yeah, 22.
He just kind of nods.
Cool. What's your name, and how am I going to find you?
Your new name is?
My new name or my old name?
Dumpernickel.
No, it's Fleshy Boy.
No, that's not very subtle.
Not just Dumpernickel.
Dumpernickel's a normal name. In this universe it is.
What's more? Eric, Johnny, no.
Timothy.
Timothy?
Yep.
Alright, so you're giving information to... Give me some sort of name. Random name. You're the one that comes up with names.
I don't bring out my ledger of my other names.
Fogwasher Pennyworth.
No, just Fogwatcher. That's great.
Okay.
Well done.
So you're going to send messages on Intel you're based at Fogwasher, and you're going to send it as notes to the the paddle scoop, to the bartender at the paddle scoop.
Are you sure you want it to go to the bartender?
What do you want?
We can trust them.
I want intel.
What in particular?
Your whole organization. You're my spy.
Okay.
Does he understand the concept of a spy? No.
He looks at you and goes, okay.
Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll my insight.
Do you want to roll inside as well?
Yeah, I'll help.
Shit.
That's not great.
That's not great either.
Can I roll?
You can.
9.
Okay.
I got a 7.
I feel like I should have a better ability to tell if someone's lying.
Unnatural 20.
He clearly doesn't understand what they're talking about.
Guys, we need to explain to him because he doesn't know what you're on about.
I take out a pamphlet in my pocket called How to Spy. And I'm like, this is what you need to do. You put your name here.
How to Spy for Dummies.
You're secretly going to give me information about your organization without them knowing.
So how do I do that then?
Give them fucking letters to the...
That's on page 2 of the pamphlet.
Okay.
Let's skip it ahead, mate.
So letters, sending it to the barman.
Yep.
And the paddle scoop.
Yep.
And then...
I just want updates.
Every week.
Okay, I can do that.
Without anybody knowing.
Yeah, so you have to set a time frame. That's page 3. If they don't have a time frame, they just kill themselves.
At least once a month.
No, you idiot. Once a week.
Once a week.
You gotta keep the pressure on.
And if you don't, I'll find you and I'll kill you. No. He'll kill you with spoons. Go! Go on.
Where?
Hang on. I'm gonna heal his ball. I feel a bit bad. I'm just gonna... Healing words.
Heal. Face? I don't know.
Is that clerical bard?
That would be bad. So I need to roll. I hope I heal. 37, I do not heal. Something else happens.
Oh dear. You just killed him. You've just killed him, haven't you?
I just made a spy and you just killed him.
To be fair, I made this fine.
We worked together. You gripped his balls. I shot a tree.
You persuaded his brain, I persuaded his balls.
The two brains.
The two brains together.
So you know how you can't get drunk for 2 days?
You can't get drunk.
You can't get drunk
Again.
for an extra 10 days.
I have a little hiccup and I'm like, I know what happened. And I'm real mad about it. And I'm gonna try again. I help a man out and fix his balls. 69, we're good.
Golden number.
You can heal him. Well, I heal his balls. They are rejuvenated.
Lump his balls.
So he heals up and he kind of stands up and sort of moves out of the grease.
Oh, my balls.
Okay.
My boys!
So you want me to just go like I'd normally do things, like as if like I wasn't with here, but I was with them and stuff?
Yeah. Or did they know you were here?
They're dead now.
Could you, not them, your organization, do they know you here, or would they not notice if you just went back?
They know I'm here with these guys.
Alright.
Well, you tell them they were killed by bandits.
Okay, and then I'll run back to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And say that the bandits were all humans.
And to show what's the word? Legitimacy? A stab him in the shoulder.
Injuries, he's covered in grease.
He only fell over. That was it. That's all his injuries were.
Fell over and balls.
Give me your balls.
Or just is it like in front of a knife or something? So
I have a dagger.
I don't know.
I don't know what we said.
I don't have a dagger. If you've not got a dagger,
Can I?
You say that, and Noam appears next to you and he goes, "What kind do you want? Spiky, kind of curvy, old looking? I mean, I've got a small one, I've got a big pointy one, he's got like a spring attached to it."
Something smooth, it's stab him once in the shoulder.
Well, this one's smooth, and this one's smooth.
Right in the shoulder.
One.
And this dagger just cleanly slips into this guy's shoulder. He's just like, I didn't feel that.
Consider yourself lucky. No.
It's so smooth.
And he touches it and it just goes cleanly. He's just like, I'm gonna go before it starts hurting.
Yeah.
So hot.
And he just sticks his hand like this and starts sort of waddling off. And he gets past his mate and then picks up like some of the gear that he had and sort of attaches it to him. And
I expect a message in the next few days.
he turns back and his blood is just gushing. And he goes, okay. He turns and just kind of bolts.
I hope he knows how to mend wounds.
One of them though. Whoa. I'm just like
What was
fanning
the name you
myself.
said again?
It's Timothy.
No, that's a code name.
Oh, Fog Washer.
Log washer? Thank you.
That was Amy's one.
Thank you.
See, that's great. It's just putting two words together that don't belong together. How do you wash fog? You can't.
No, a fog wash is a thing.
What is a fog wash?
Google it.
No.
Aliens fog wash.
You can tell me what a fog wash is.
Google it.
No.
Right, anyway. As you guys are all sort of trying to figure out what's going on, you hear the sound of sort of rustling and noises coming from somewhere.
So you, Falcor?
Bear head pops out, unfortunately.
Yeah, don't mind the mess. Don't mind the grease? What are you sniffing at? Class message. What are you sniffing at?
Everything smells of different things here.
I light myself on fire to get rid of the grease.
You take fire damage.
I'm alright with it. How much fire damage do I take?
5 halved, so 2.
Cool.
Great, let's go. As he just firebolts his spell, basically.
That's how I get my hairstyle. Shh, it's all ash.
Alright. Back to
like burning hair.
Yeah, that's what Valkor's make. It's just kind of turns almost like it's like almost like it got worse.
meditation. It smells nicer.
Well, you would hope it would, but it's really hard to get rid of that smell.
You clean me up and it turns out I'm blonde. It'd be so long.
Hitting up cannon.
Oh my god.
Your locks, they're golden.
Yeah?
So that's what matches. Gross.
Alright.
What does it smell of though?
Lavender.
No, I mean the different smells.
We need to know the difference now.
Nothing like different magic wise or whatever.
You walk over and tell them. That's true. What smell?
Your butt.
Everyone looks at you, and you get the message back of just everything.
I'm gonna roll to go home. We're gonna start asking the bear what things smell. Yeah.
I turn and walk.
Yeah, I'm done.
As you start walking, you get this kind of jerk feeling.
He's climbing up here.
Erik is climbing up onto your shoulder.
Back to the paddle scoop.
Yeah. Well done, Erik.
Pat, pat, pat.
You're gonna have to hide him again as we go back to town.
I know.
Erik, can I buy you a drink when we're back at the tavern?
I will always accept a drink.
Yay!
Did you pick up the gold?
Yeah, he's got.
Is that all? Actually, I'm gonna go back before we leave and give one last look around the bodies to see if there's anything important.
Roll the investigation of the bodies.
I did not find anything. That's 8 plus unlock. Stupid table. 13.
So you quickly sort of rummage around, and you realise probably some of the gold was taken from the other guys, and some other bits of survival gear was probably taken by Timothy when he was grabbing a bunch of loot.
Okay, so it's just random loot.
He looks like he's grabbed a lot of stuff on that. As you sort of wander through the camp and quickly sort of skim through things, you come across a container that's inside of one of the like travel boxes that's there.
Okay, I'll take that container because it could have.
It's a locked container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you smash it open? Smash?
Can I detect magic?
Picking it up? No, it doesn't feel magic. The
Can I
box itself
smash?
doesn't feel magic.
I mean, like with the amulet.
Yeah, no, the box itself doesn't, but something magical is inside of it.
Hulk smash? Do you smash?
No, I'm going to be careful. I'll
Oh,
do that later, just in case it's something else.
I want to smash it.
Well, you want to smash it then? I hope you're saying this in game because I'm chucking it. Smash it open.
100 of the year.
I don't know, can I?
Roll dots. Whack you in the head.
Yeah. Yeah, so this box just
Ah, pain.
and Dio goes, "Nah," even though it's already hit her.
I am slightly concussed. Eric, help me.
Eric sort of looks back and sort of leans slightly close to you and goes, "Why are they throwing boxes at each other? That's weird."
Making me look bad.
We don't have to make you look bad. You just look bad.
Says you.
I give him a little fist bump.
Oh, damn it. I want my friend.
He's my companion.
Now bash open the rock.
Yeah. Roll to hit. So that plus 10.
17.
Cool. I missed. You guys hear this noise. It doesn't sound like it's broken, but it does sound like you've damaged it.
The box.
The lock. If it was pick lockable, it's not anymore.
No, Eric can pick locks, right?
Yeah, that's probably true. As I bash the lock again. It's broken now.
He has the dexterity. I make sure to not say small hands.
Not natural 20.
It's like, yeah, probably. Bang! As part of the lock just kind of goes, breaks a little bit more. It's probably got another good hit in it. It's probably going to come off.
Or I'll break it again. Natural 20.
I hope it's dynamite.
And the lock just kind of goes, and the half of it goes that way, and the other half is still sits in the latch. Probably can't reuse this lock anymore.
Alright. I stand back. Yeah, open the box.
Open the box.
Eric, I'm sitting on a rock. Everyone's looking.
Okay.
Okay, how close are you to this?
I walk back like 20 feet.
3 feet, okay.
Cool, thanks.
So the only one you can see in the box is Dio.
Yeah.
I don't trust because I'm trying to conceal my identity.
Dio, you open the box,
Mm-hmm.
and inside the box, I didn't have a thing directly for this, but Johnny, name me a monster.
A Gibbletop.
No, I mean like a legit like fantasy monster.
Oh, right. A Demigorgon.
Maybe not a demigorgon. There's a whole campaign around basically a demigorgon being invulnerable.
Oh, okay.
They're like impossible to kill.
Like slightly lower on the food chain.
A Raichu.
Slightly
giant rat. Does that count as a Raichu?
Spider. Giant spider.
No, a giant rat would work actually.
Okay.
A koala. Full of chlamydia.
What you see is a massive claw.
What's in there?
Is it moving?
The only thing I'm afraid of is like sending stones and shit like that. And that's why I don't want to be near the box.
I just kind of get my trident out and push it towards you.
So she moves it 10 feet along the ground as the container sort of moves along, and then the latch just goes and closes.
Can I open up and do like an arcana?
Yep.
When it swipes at you.
I don't care. I'm backing away at this point.
And how do you do your arcana? Are you like touching it or just looking at it?
You know, fuck it, I'll touch it. So I got 17 plus.
I'm going to give this to you.
22.
The moment you touch it, your amulet reacts.
Yep.
This is a hunter's amulet.
It's a hunter's amulet.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't tell whose it was, can I?
Not on your own, no.
I'm going to take that and put it in my belt.
You gonna say anything to anyone else?
No. I'm going to kick the box aside. Oh, is there anything else in the box?
No. It looks like this is the only thing that's been locked in there.
Okay. No, I will actually say it's a hunter's amulet. Or sigil. Which means they've killed a hunter. Or something. Or taken one hostage or some
What's
shit.
a hunter?
The thing me and faridrin are.
Ah.
The guild we're part of.
Ah.
So they've killed one of your kin.
Yeah.
Lol.
Killed or captured. This is why I made you open the box.
No, I said a lot. Not like that.
Okay.
It's not good. If they were able to kill someone as strong as you. Alright. Roll for arm wrestle. You two go.
Oh fuck. It's gonna wreck me.
I think Theo's strength stat is actually higher than
Yeah.
Yes, I've got a standard strength stat.
I'm some bitch.
Oh, I'll wrestle you. I know I'm gonna lose.
Just use your mage hand to back up your other hand.
athletics.
Okay.
If I cast suggestion on you, you will lose this arm wrestle.
Roll a save against his spell DC.
Yeah.
Is that just a...
Yep, that plus. Is it a wisdom or is it a...
No, wisdom pass.
Where's my wisdom?
15. 14.
I can't see my wisdom. 23.
Oh, you passed.
Yeah.
You know he tried.
I got a 19
on you.
You can sock him in the chin. He's not looking.
21.
Oh, it's a close match. I got
It's a close match for a moment, and then you start trying to cast suggestion, and then boom, your hand just goes down. And you're like, oh yeah.
Probably shouldn't have tried to cast.
And there's this bit of nerve that kind of goes through your arm as it realizes it should have this impact. You're just like, I can't feel my fingers.
Sorry you can't feel your fingers, but... Yeah. And I'm like, and on my breath I go, hope that impressed him. Walked away.
The gnome?
Yes.
The gnome.
Did I hear that under the bridge?
We weren't listening.
So that you turn around and Erik is sitting on Johnny's head and he's been tying knives into his hair.
Damn it.
It's just like, you know how you like curl up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing that, and then every now and then he just goes and just a bunch of hair comes out.
But it's fine.
If you want to...
And then every now and then it comes that much closer to his horn.
But I was going to go mug someone.
I told you to take a little off the top, mate.
Look, I won't repeat what happened last time. It's okay, you got another one. You sort of twings your other horn.
Yeah. That explains how that happened.
Right.
Oh,
To the saddle scoop.
You guys need back down.
Do we want to pause here?
Paddle scoop, not saddle.
Oh, sorry, saddle scoop.
You funny man.
I'm going to the cheap knockoff one.
The gay bar across the street.
Ooh, saddle scoop, eh? Falco, give me my
Oh,
saddle.
it is the gay bar. Saddle and scoop. Oh, that's funny.
Cool, it's down. Yeah.
We go back to the...
So you start,
go to the saddle scoop and go, oh no! And then you go across the street.
you guys start heading back towards town, and then Erik goes, I'm still on wide view.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not bloody.
Come on, get in there.
I press it to take him, so he's not bloody.
He looks at your chest and goes, you want me to go on the side?
Yeah, just in case. Clean me up this time, dickhead.
Taking these trips like you just hit a bar. Look, you won't
Do you want to
die.
hide inside my shirt?
Well, we persuade you.
I can reduce its size as well.
18.
Like 1 minute or something. Eh?
18.
It might be
He turns, looks at you, and his eye is just like eyebrow goes. Twink.
Mate, don't do it.
Yeah, it's a minute. It won't work.
Can't I just in front?
Yeah, put him down in front. Yeah. Look, you got permission from her.
Yeah, alright, let's do this. he climbs, like, he jumps and just sort of lands on the front of you, but he's actually, a gnome's about, like, this big.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so he's like, not gonna, what am I gonna do now? I'm like, I'm still gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
It only lasts a minute.
That's fine, I can run.
Not that far.
It's like a minute.
Fine, you shrink him with you, god damn it.
He sort of hops off and goes, what's the plan? What's going on?
Get under his shirt again.
Yeah, come back to me. They're half cocked as usual.
Well, I'll just meet you guys inside. I don't want to go back in your shirt.
Yeah,
He sort of walks to the side of the path and sort of starts
There's a gnome entrance. I was like, oh yeah, forgot about that.
He just kind of walks into the crowd of people. Like he's trying to blend in with them.
You're gross.
There is a dagger that's still left in your shirt.
Does it have his phone number on it?
No, it's like one of the daggers on the shirt got caught on your phone.
By phone number, I mean, like, I don't know. His room number.
Time had cell phone.
His room number.
His wanted code.
Yeah.
You know where he is. He works at the pedal school.
Ah, he left me a trophy.
Oh no, that's his dropping knife.
You have a basic dagger now.
I can keep it for him.
But you're going to use it as a disadvantage because it is smaller.
Yeah.
Can I make it into a necklace?
You have to put it between your two fingers and go, whoa.
Can I make it into a necklace?
Sure.
Yes!
That depends. Can you punch a hole through and metal blades?
Yeah.
Pinky finger.
Yeah.
And it shatters the timber.
As you guys start heading towards town, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You start making your way up to the main entrance that has basically a few crowds of people with like carts and things. You guys stand in line.
What's the other guy's name again? My spy?
Timothy?
Timothy, thank you. Got to write it down.
I know, can I monk my way to the front of the line without people noticing?
Roll me stuff.
And walk like a normal person.
18?
Falcon walks with you guys.
18?
As you guys kind of look forward, unless you're actively looking for Dio, your passive perceptions won't see Dio, just kind of vanish into the sky.
I'm never passively looking for Dio.
As Dio just kind of vanishes into the crowd.
Dio's just sometimes in my field of vision, and it's annoying.
You appear at the front of the line, and you go, "Oi! I was there first."
Good stuff. I am shit.
You turn around and there's this big farmer who's just standing there. He's just looking pissed. It's like he's been lying for a while.
I could give you a good haircut.
I like to think you were dragged through the ground. And it pushed out the dirt.
I hope he stabbed his hand on my horns when he did that.
The horns helped him pick you up. He just sort of slides you to the side and puts you there and just kind of goes,
Can I monk step through there?
look.
Like through the gate? Is it open?
There are guards who are currently doing checks and things.
Yeah, can I go through there?
Can I throw a spoon at you?
No!
You've got to see her first.
Yeah, sure. You can fuck up all on your own.
23.
Cool. You bounce at this guard gate and just go dunk, 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 and appear on the other side. And a bunch of guards turn and go, "Oi! You haven't been checked in yet." "No, you haven't. Come here." As you bolt through the city, you've got about 4 guards chasing you.
It's fine, they can't keep up.
Yeah, except of course I'm part of the royal family, so I just walk past the line and go, "It's me, guys."
Yeah,
Do I walk with you as well?
If you walk with him, the guards will immediately recognize you and won't stop you.
Yeah,
They
of
just
course.
let you walk. As now it appears some of the guards aren't there anymore, and the rest of the line has been halted, as now there's been a breach, and so the line has been stopped, and the line is now pissed off because they're not. as Dio vanishes into the city.
I feel like we're just making small talk. So how long you been robbing people with Eric for?
I never needed the money. I just wanted the experience.
Thrill of the rob.
Yeah, I know.
And we're going to leave it there with Dio trying to figure out what she's going to do about 4 guards chasing.
I'm sure she could disappear pretty quickly.
Probably. So,
Yeah.
4 guards chasing Dio into the town.
It's my concubine.
Probably something that simple like that. Yep.
If anything, that'll make them catch you faster.
Yeah, that is us for game. I'm going to quickly load up.
You're going to create a love interest between you and Eric. It's going to be one psychopath and another psychopath.
Like you're trying to bang Hannibal Lecter. It's not going to go well.
That
He's going to kill you or eat you.
She's a tiefling.
You have long
She's not long life.
I'm a tiefling monk. I can handle myself.
Yeah, okay, we have hit game, and I'm just loading up the names of the people of the donations.
Whoa!
Thing.
You're gonna load them into a random shuffler?
Roll a die.
.com. I was going to roll a dice.
Okay.
It made no sense to me.
D&D.
I'm just trying to find
Dicks and dicks.
Where's the list of things there.
Dick Smith. Rest in peace.
They still exist.
Do they?
It's in Australia.
Oh, okay, well.
3 to 4.
And you can still order it online. That's where I switched from.
No, technically they were bought by another subsidiary, and then they are just an online shop now.
We. And I bought Animal Crossing, and it came in lockdown, and it was the best thing ever.
Sponsor.
Hashtag Animal Crossing. Send me bells.
Alright.
I need to pay off my debt.
No, I don't. I've already paid off all my debts.
All of it?
Yeah.
Is it actually can you actually pay off all your debt?
I've like upgraded everything to the max, yeah. Nah, just for crap.
So what's the point of the game once you pay off all the debt?
It's Minecraft for girls. That's the easiest way to explain it. It's a very accurate explanation of it.
Boys play it too.
Oh, we've got an even number of people. Right, we got
Yeah, but
we got 12 donations over the course of the day. So we can roll a d12. Shall I be me?
Yeah,
You know the DM.
the money's not going into my account.
It helps if I actually roll it on the table.
Yeah.
Stay on the table.
The 10.
Rebellum! Ah!
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Bye! Where did you go from this?
We will send you the dice.
The dice!